Welcome to Sunday Night Football, live from the nation's capital. It's Northwest Stadium as the Washington Commanders get set to take on the Atlanta Falcons. We have two young rookie quarterbacks taking the field, one of them for only the second time under the helm here for the Atlanta Falcons. It's Michael Penix Jr., the rookie out of Washington. He looked poised in game one. It was a humble beginning for Michael Penix. He threw for 202 yards and one interception in his Falcons debut. And he didn't look half bad. I got to say, I was kind of impressed with the way he played in that first game. Very poised, very effective. He moved the ball very well for Atlanta. They performed very well to expectations and managed to pull away with a massive 34-7 win over a Giants team who stormed out of the gate nice and strong in week number 16. I'm forgetting what week it is, folks. It's just that time of year when the 15 becomes the 17, and then suddenly it's the playoffs, and I'm ready for the playoffs because at this point, you're no longer saying playoffs. You're saying this is playoff time. I'm ready for playoff football. We're set for it. There's going to be commentaries right here on the playoffs, and we're excited for this one, which is basically a playoff preview. The implications are at an all-time high here at Northwest Stadium. The Commanders led by rookie sensation Jaden Daniels. He's thrown for over 3,000 yards on the year, 22 touchdowns, and 8 interceptions. He has been dynamic on the ground as well. You know he's dynamic when he leads the team in rushing yards with 737. He's got 6 touchdowns to go along with it. Jaden Daniels has been that dual threat for Washington. He's been all around the field, flying every which way. And he has been on fire for the team's capital squad. That was confusing, but I hope you followed along with my speedy talk there. All right. This Commanders team is filled to the brim with talent. The running back unit highlighted by Brian Robinson Jr. is the power rusher for those amazing Washington Commanders. And, of course, Austin Eckler, the dynamic back for the Commanders, who seems to be a little more into the receiving game. At this moment, the Washington Commanders and Northwest Stadium and the United States of America are taking a moment to recognize former President Jimmy Carter for his service. He died today at the age of 100. All right. I honestly have no patience for moments of silence, so that was pretty good. I want to get to the statistics. Ray Von Owens doing the national anthem. Yeah. I'm not in America. They can't arrest me. I'm a terrible citizen. I'm sorry. I don't have the sound on. Doesn't matter. I have no idea what's happening. Their wide receiver core is highlighted by Terry McLaurin. He's the star wide receiver. They call him Scary Terry for a reason because he is a terrifying receiver to cover. And you know who he's going to be up against all night? It's all pro safety for the Atlanta Falcons. Jesse Bates III. He's on fire these recent weeks. Came up with a huge pick 6 in last week's game against New York. And he has been a force to be reckoned with in that secondary for Atlanta. And you got to say the rest of these threats on Washington's receiving game aren't really there. Zach Ertz, of course, a consistent tight end, but not really there. We got Noah Brown, the wide receiver. He's been just okay. He's been open quite a few times for Jaden Daniels. But the one that's really come out in these recent weeks is the Wizard of Oz, as I like to call him. It's Olamide Zaccheaus, because the Wizard of Oz is so much easier to say. Olamide Zaccheaus, of recent day, he's gotten on fire. He had a couple of good games recently, and he could be a big target in this one for Washington. And then Austin Eckler at the backfield, of course, and then third man up, De'Ami Brown has been a pretty constant part of this Washington offense. He finds ways to get open. Then in the screen game, someone who we've seen a lot of is Luke McCaffrey. I mean, this Commander squad has a lot of threats. On defense, they're stacked as well, highlighted by veteran Bobby Wagner, been in this league a long time. He's got a lot of experience under his belt. Jeremy Chin, all-pro safety back there, former Carolina Panther, another former Carolina Panther, Frankie Louvu. Frankie Louvu has been a beast of this offense, I'm telling you. He has been incredible for this defense. 8 sacks on the year. He has been flying all over the place. At corner, Mike Steele, Benjamin St. Juste to Noah Igbenogany. This cornerback unit, their secondary doesn't look good on paper, but when they're actually playing on the field, they put together a really solid defense full of really good players that when you put them all together, it just makes the defense really come together nicely. On the defensive line, Deron Payne, Dante Fowler Jr., Jajon Newton, among the other big names up there, Clellan Ferrell, Dorrance Armstrong, Sheldon Day. These guys can tackle. Michael Walker at linebacker as well. They have a ton of talent. Jonathan Allen. I mean, these guys have people left and right. The Commanders are stacked heading into this one. They have a good defense. It wasn't exactly on the top. Everyone had no expectations for the Commanders, but currently Washington sitting at that 7th seed. As for the Falcons, they got some talent all on their own coming into this one with star running back Bijan Robinson. He's having one of those best games of his career, 1,196 yards on the ground, along with 420 yards in the passing game to go along with it. Their star receivers, Drake London. He's been a constant through the years for Kirk Cousins, the former Atlanta Falcons quarterback. We expect he'll be getting cut at the end of the year for Michael Penix Jr., who we'll get to see today. Other wide receivers for the Atlanta Falcons, Darnell Mooney, the speedster, coming over from Chicago in the offseason. I mean, they really hit the free agency hard on this one. They got Darnell Mooney. They got another wide receiver in Ray McLeod, Kaderil Hodge as well. They got a lot of strong receivers, very solid receivers that hadn't quite broken up, but they really target speed and hands on this team because Kyle Pitts, one of the fastest tight ends you'll find. He reminds me so much of Miami's very own Jonnu Smith. He's very fast, very consistent. He's got good hands. And I mean, he's very tall. I mean, that is a big frame of a tight end of someone who can be catching that well. He's 6'6", 246 pounds. Kyle Pitts is nothing to be messed with if you're Atlanta. I mean, no one wants to be matched up with Kyle Pitts, but someone's got to cover him. If you're Washington in this one, I would be looking out for whoever the tallest player is, possibly putting Bobby Wagner on him, cover the underneath, which is generally a smart move. This Atlanta defense, meanwhile, has been considered among the most elite in the league, led by new head coach Raheem Morris, brought over from the Los Angeles Rams in the offseason as their new head coach. He's put together a very fine defense led by Jesse Bates III, Caden Ellis. Of course, Caden Ellis has had a breakout year, 131 total tackles on the year. They're also getting help from A.J. Terrell, Mike Hughes, D. Alford, linebackers Nate Landman, Troy Anderson, Matthew Judon as well, Arnold Abidike. We'll call his name a few times. Safety Justin Simmons has been a big part of shutting down that secondary along with Jesse Bates because, if they're not throwing at Bates, they got to throw up top at Simmons. So Simmons is going to get his name called quite a bit in this one. As well on that defensive line, David Onyemata, Grady Jarrett, among some of the other ones on this incredible Falcons defense. I mean, they have been lining it up. The pressures on this Atlanta team, they get a lot of pressure. The sacks haven't really been there. The leading sackers are Caden Ellis and Arnold Abidike with 5 apiece. But the interceptions, that has been Atlanta's strong point. Justin Simmons has 4, 2 each for Justin Simmons and A.J. Terrell. They are fantastic at turnovers. Forced fumble, Jesse Bates leads the team with 4. Jesse Bates is just a turnover machine. He's managed to do a whole lot. Jaden Daniels is coming off a historic game last week against the Philadelphia Eagles where he had 5 touchdowns, tied for the most in NFL history by a rookie in a single game. So Jaden Daniels is fresh off of a historic game, and Atlanta, his defense is fresh off of an incredible game as well against the New York Football Giants. So this is prime time. Playoffs at stake. So if the Falcons win out, they're in the playoffs. They've beaten the Tampa Bay Buccaneers not once, but twice this season. First time they beat them way back when, 36-30 in overtime, and then they beat them again 31-26 later in the year. And now they're coming in here. If they beat the Commanders, this is the big challenge for Atlanta. If Atlanta gets through these guys and then they manage to get through Carolina, we might be seeing the Falcons in the playoffs, assuming the Tampa Bay Buccaneers don't pull some magic out of their hat. So, of course, Tampa Bay does have an easier path. They need Atlanta to lose one of these games. Tampa Bay should not have much issue this upcoming Sunday against New Orleans. At least I assume it could be on Sunday. I assume it's on Sunday. And Atlanta as well, they don't have much of a challenge. This is the big one for the Falcons. Zane Gonzalez kicking off here, and we're set from Northwest Bank Field in Washington. Out come the Atlanta Falcons offense, led by quarterback Michael Penix Jr., running back Bijan Robinson, wide receivers Drake London, Darnell Mooney, and Ray McLeod III, tight end Kyle Pitts, left tackle Jake Matthews, left guard Matthew Bergeron, center Drew Dalman, right guard Chris Lindstrom, right tackle Caleb McGarry, and that rounds off this Atlanta Falcons offense. We'll see how things get started here on Sunday Night Football. At 30-yard line, Penix will hand it off to Robinson to open up. Robinson, a quick spin move, gets forward for a quick 7 yards there. A nice run from Bijan Robinson to start off the game. And I have not taken a breath. Fun with that. 2018 through 2023 at Indiana and Washington. He had a 37-8 record as a starter. He's a 2023 Heisman runner-up to Jaden Daniels. So Jaden Daniels and this guy have quite the history Michael Penix and them, they trained together. They've played together. They entered the same draft class of the 5 quarterbacks who were drafted in the first round of this most recent NFL draft. Penix, 2nd and 3, will go to a screen. It's Kadarius Hodge. Kadarius Hodge powers forward for a gain of 8 on the play. First down, Atlanta. Good start to this game for the Falcons. They got 2 nice little pickups there to get the game rolling. Yeah, I mean, Minnesota, they earned it. They did. They earned the big. I mean, it was hard earned. There were mistakes made, but ultimately Minnesota earned it more than Green Bay. They played harder. Furious comeback from the Packers, but still Minnesota deserved to win that game. Michael Penix under center for the Falcons. We see London in motion. Handoff will go play action. Penix looks deep before just taking his dump off option. It's Bijan Robinson who trucks a man and then is eventually taken down after the second one. We see an injured commander, the one that was trucked down by Bijan Robinson. He does stand up. He is in a bit of pain there. That was Davis on the tackle. He got absolutely nailed by Bijan Robinson. You do not want to go up against this guy if you're the defense. I wonder what the injury was there. Might be instant concussion protocol. That's my immediate guess. Shoulder to helmet. So I'm guessing he'll be heading into the concussion protocol. 2nd and 8 coming up for Atlanta. Michael Penix in the shotgun formation, running back by his side. Bijan in motion. Penix looks to throw. Penix over the middle hits the feet of Darnell Mooney. That'll go incomplete. I think I'm doing a pretty good job about the numbers so far. Just by I did some research ahead of this one, trying to figure out who's who, so that there's not as many. Who's number 17? Like there was last week. I'm like, who is this? I gotta say that those running back units in the Lions and Packers game. In the Broncos and Chargers game, that was wild. Who's this? Oh, got my new cup. Fins up. 3rd and 8. Michael Penix looks to pass on 3rd and 8. Penix looks deep. It's picked off. It's intercepted on the opening drive. It's none other than Blair. Who's Blair? No, sorry, that's Quan Martin. I'm losing it. It's picked off on the first drive of the game. Michael Penix throws his first deep ball, and it's picked off. This Washington defense is making themselves known. The safety Quan there. As you see, Penix just looked deep. I'm not sure where he was intending to go. It was just a really awful throw. There must have been some sort of miscommunication by the offense there. He obviously had a set receiver in mind. There was just no one there but the defender. Quan Martin was the only one sitting in that zone. I'm afraid that's a crucial mistake for Atlanta. We'll see. We do this. We're still in it. We're still in it. No hope, but we're still in it. 1st and 10 from the Atlanta 38. Instant top position for the Commanders as Jaden Daniels takes his first step. It's a pass to Olamide Zaccheaus. It's the Wizard of Oz. First down, Washington, 12 yards on a nice little effort. And that's just what we're calling him because he's OZ, Olamide Zaccheaus, so we're calling him Oz, or the Wizard of Oz. We're going to go through that. If he scores a touchdown, that's the call, basically. I've been workshopping stuff for this entire team, trying to get the perfect touchdown calls. There haven't been many good ones because I'm never expecting them. 1st and 10. It's Ertz in motion for the Commanders. Handoff goes to Brian Robinson. Robinson will go for about 2 yards before he's dragged backwards by this strong Atlanta D-line. Jaden Daniels. He has 737 rush yards. This is the second most by a rookie quarterback in NFL history. He's been efficient through the air and on the ground. He's got 6 rushing touchdowns to go along with his 20 through the air. 28-8 total on that touchdown to interception ratio. From the 24-yard line, Jaden Daniels going in the shotgun. Daniels looks deep. It's basically the same play as the first one, but to the same receiver as well, Olamide Zaccheaus. I thought it was a different number, but that is OZ. Big number 14 there, getting another pickup. This Washington offense is moving just on these little short plays. They're abusing the underneath so far in this one. Atlanta's linebackers have to find a way to get more involved to be able to stop this Atlanta short game. He's just parking himself right in between the linebackers. And Jaden Daniels is delivering quick, accurate passes. I mean, you got to be able to get some coverage there. They're playing zone. Maybe switch it up to man. Try and make a difference here. Daniels, hand off to Brian Robinson, stuffed at the line after a gain of only 1 on the play. Second down, coming up for Washington. I am also hoping for a shootout. And who knows, we might have one. We might have our first score here. Brian Robinson has 8 touchdowns on the year. That's a career high for him. He hasn't had a super long career with the Commanders or a super eventful one. This has been his best year by far as a Washington Commander. In my personal opinion, he's done a great job rebounding from his numerous injuries over his career. 2nd and 9, Olamide Zaccheaus in motion. Daniels looks to pass, blitz coming. He'll throw over the top. It's almost caught, an incomplete heading towards Zach Ertz. Off the hands of Ertz. It was a high ball, but he put it only where Ertz can get it. If Ertz had managed to get a nice little grab there, that would have been a quick score for the Commanders. 3rd and 9 coming up as Raheem Morris tries to get his defense all into shape. I mean, that was a catchable pass there. If Zach Ertz had gone up a little and made the grab, I believe he could have done that. I believe that comes down to Ertz to make that grab. I think that was a good throw, getting it over the defender. 3rd and 9 coming up for the Commanders. Zach Ertz in motion on the left side of your screen. Daniels looks over the middle. He's got a man. That's going to be somebody. That's Jamison Crowder. That guy is still alive. Wow. Okay. Jamison Crowder on the first down. 2015 4th-round pick by Washington. So Jamison Crowder has been here before. He's back in his hometown. He's been around. I'm just going to say Jamison Crowder. He's been around quite a few places. 4th and 2. Washington keeps their offense on the field. I was fully expecting a field goal here. It's Zaccheaus in motion. 4th and 2. Falcons show pressure. Daniels takes it himself. He'll throw. It's the Wizard of Oz. Touchdown, Commanders. It's a magic trick. They played that to perfection here in the first quarter off the Penix interception. The Commanders have an early lead on 4th and 2. How about that? Dan Quinn say, hey, I remember this team. I remember this Falcons team. They're not getting away with this one. So Dan Quinn makes a tough decision, and Jaden Daniels does the rest, delivering a bullet to Olamide Zaccheaus. And the Wizard of Oz strikes again. I'm telling you, I said it just a few moments ago. I have it clipped. Olamide Zaccheaus, he's on a hot streak. He's going to be a big target for him today, and so far that has been the case. Olamide Zaccheaus, 3 receptions, 28 yards, and a touchdown on this first drive. He's a wizard. I mean, the Dans in this league are going crazy right now. Dan Campbell, Dan Quinn separating himself from the pack. Commanders up 7-0 here in the first quarter, 9:33 to go. Falcons up next. Michael Penix tries to rebound from that mistake. That was a tough opening drive for Atlanta, throwing that interception. I'm not even sure. It had to have been a miscommunication of some kind. There should have been someone in the zone, but there just wasn't anybody there for Atlanta. Like, he just threw it right into the open space, and there was just a defender there. He obviously wasn't trying to throw it away. So I'm not sure what Penix saw, but hopefully he can rebound back from that a little. And Washington, a bold start for the Commanders. Their choice of play was very interesting. In general, I can find the statistic I'm looking for. I can do it. I can work technology. I can do it. Yeah, so they chose 5 passing plays and 2 rushing attempts. That was what I was looking for, just trying to get so they definitely focused more on the pass. I mean, makes sense. Brian Robinson Jr. hasn't exactly been the most efficient. That's kind of how Washington has gotten things going so far in general throughout the year, is just by throwing the ball efficiently. Jaden Daniels has another touchdown to add to his historic rookie career at 4 of 5 for 35 yards. And 3 of those 4 were to Olamide Zaccheaus. The other one, I believe, went to Jamison Crowder, the guy. Oh my, that guy's still alive. I thought I did my homework. Silly me. So coming up during the commercial breaks, because everyone knows you got to do something to fill the time other than talk about the game, although we're doing just fine with that right now. Coming up during those commercial breaks, we're going to be talking about the college football playoff round number 2. We're looking forward to it. Coming up on New Year's 6, those bowl games like the back of your hand. And this time they're the college football playoff games. So we'll be looking forward to those. I'll give you my predictions on that one. And then, of course, a recap of today's games, Saturday's games, Christmas Day's games. There's been a ton of games this week. We're going to recap all of them, except for maybe Seattle taking on Chicago, because we have absolutely no reason to. Nothing happened. They're showing the many Commanders highlights over the years. Their thrilling defensive stand against the Saints. The Hail Mary against the Chicago Bears. By far the biggest highlight reel on this career from Jaden Daniels. And then last week, the incredible performance by the Washington Commanders and a furious comeback against the Jalen Hurts-less Eagles. The Commanders are already out of the NFC East. The Eagles winning today got them out of there. I'll also explain some of the playoff implications a little more during the next commercial break. So next commercial break, we're doing playoff implications regarding this game. And then, of course, later in the game, we'll do the AFC as well, just to fill time during these wonderful commercial breaks. And then, of course, if you have any comments or queries down in the chat, you're more than welcome to shoot them out, and I'll do my best to be interactive. This Commanders defense, Clelin Ferrell, De'Aaron Payne, and Jerjon Newton at D-tackle, defensive end, Dorrance Armstrong, linebackers, Dante Fowler Jr., Bobby Wagner, of course, the longtime veteran, Frankie Louvu. He's found a place on this offense. Corner, Noah Igbenogany, safety, Jeremy Chin, and Quan Martin, who had that pick. And then lastly, rookie cornerback Mike Sonra Steele, who has turned out to be quite the Sonra Steele in the draft. 1st and 10 coming up for the Penix-led Falcons. It's Hodge in motion. Handoff goes to Bijan Robinson. Robinson has a hole, and Bijan Robinson up the middle for 13 yards. Keeping it true with a handoff to Bijan Robinson. Might just want to keep it there on the ground if you're Atlanta after that Penix mistake. I'm not sure if it was right now I'm leaning towards miscommunications, but we're not quite sure about what the occasion was there. So definitely, keep it on the ground as long as you can. If Washington's going to give you those runs, you take the runs. However, Penix is all alone in the backfield on this one, so it is a throw. And he'll throw deep. It's a dangerous one, and his receiver gets smacked. Oh, man. Oh, wow. He got absolutely popped. Oh, wow. That was a Kadero Hodge. He put it right in his hands, but putting your receiver on the line there. And Kadero Hodge couldn't come down with it because he got nailed by Jeremy Chin. Wow. Now, those are the kind of hits you're like, yeah. Yeah. That's what I remember. So a big play, a big hit there from Jeremy Chin. We'll see how the Falcons recover from that one. If they go another pass, I would run the ball here. Pitts in motion. They're throwing again. It's a dump off to Pitts. And Kyle Pitts stiff arms a man. And Pitts takes off down the sideline for a nice gain of 23 on the play. Kyle Pitts showing off why he's fast. He's got a good stiff arm as well. So Kyle Pitts is getting into it here early. He was covered by Jeremy Chin on that one, the one who just laid the boom on his teammate. And then he just says, get off me. Get out of here. Kyle Pitts this season for Atlanta. He's 24 years old. He went to Florida. He was selected to the Pro Bowl after the 2023. I totally missed the number. I thought it was 2023 NFL season. He's been a really good tight end. He hasn't always had some people to throw to him. He's been inconsistent, but we'll see if he can manage to pull something off. Oh, no, dangerous stuff happening. It was just a little dump off to Bijan Robinson, but he bobbled that ball for more seconds than you could possibly imagine. As Falcons fans all around the world. Kirk Cousins still suited up on the sideline. Weeks 10 through 15, Kirk Cousins threw 1 touchdown pass and 9 interceptions, tied for the most an NFL quarterback has ever thrown through that span of games. So Kirk Cousins definitely went on a bit of a slow streak. It could have been that Kevin O'Connell was the mastermind in Minnesota after all, not Kirk Cousins. And it's kind of looking that way because Kevin O'Connell's working his magic over there with Sam Darnold. Michael Penix throws to Pitts again. Pitts down after a gain of about 5 on the play. It'll be 3rd and 4 coming up. So Kirk Cousins looks on at his prodigy of sorts. Kirk Cousins got signed to a massive deal this offseason, so he's getting paid even if he's not playing. You see Kirk Cousins kind of like, wow. Kirk Cousins looks terrifying there. He's just, yeah, you threw an interception. I know what it feels like. He's just brooding over there like, wow. He looks menacing over in that corner. 3rd and 4. It's another pass. Penix wasn't expecting the snap. He'll throw overhead. No one in town for Atlanta. Just nothing there. Another seeming miscommunication there for Atlanta. That'll go incomplete. 4th and 4. Penix wasn't ready for the snap. Good job of him recovering it and staying calm. Yeah, he just wasn't ready for it. The ball, thankfully, it was a decent snap because it hit him right in the stomach. So he had a chance to recover. But miscommunication there between the Falcons offense yet again. Perhaps the crowd noise getting to them. 46-yard field goal attempt for the kicker who's replacing the injured Younghoe Koo. The kick is up, and it is good. 7-3. Here, that is Riley Patterson, the kicker. There's a flag. Flag? All right. We'll see what the flag is on here. Alex Kemp, our referee today. 7th season as an NFL referee. It's offside. Interesting. That'll give Atlanta the first down. So it was offside on Washington, which will give the Falcons another chance. He was, in fact, offside. Mike Sanra-Steele lined up in the wrong spot there to give the Atlanta Falcons a second chance. Sanra-Steele is a second-round selection, 50th overall out of Michigan. He's done a good job so far this year. He's been pretty much a lockdown corner. He hasn't quite gotten that level, but he's been a very solid corner, very good at deflecting passes, getting those interceptions. He's done a fairly nice job for this Commander secondary. Penix under center. They'll go play action under pressure. He'll throw to Drake London. Drake London has some room in the open field, tries to hurdle a man. Oh, he had some height there. And Mike Sanra-Steele, too tall. He say you're too tall. Mike Sanra-Steele, just wow. Drake May tried to hurdle what appears to be a 6'3" man. Drake May's like, I can jump it. And Sanra-Steele says, get down. So a nice little effort there by Drake London as he's showing some fire, but Sanra-Steele's like, sit down. Just get off me. Penix, he's Bijan's the back. Handoff goes to Robinson. Robinson tries to make some nice cuts. He'll get a few extra yards than it looked like he was going to get. He'll get 4 yards. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 6 coming up for the Falcons. So Robinson makes some nice cuts, showing the whole little hopping around in the backfield there, trying to make some magic happen. I didn't give my game prediction, but I picked the Commanders. I'm rooting for the Falcons because I'm interested. I want chaos. So I'm rooting for Atlanta. 2nd and goal. Bijan Robinson. He's got 3 rushes for 24 yards. It's Robinson in motion. Penix, a bad snap. He handles it. Penix looks towards the end zone. He overthrows Kadero Hodge. So far, it seemed like on the plays where there have either been miscommunications or snap malfunctions that Penix has kind of just gone haywire with his throws and just thrown them away. Chaos. I do enjoy it. Like the crazy. That's why it's like, if the Dolphins make the playoffs, what if the Dolphins make the playoffs? Dolphins lose to the Bills in the first round. I'm sorry. It's the cold, hard truth. 3rd and goal. Commanders plan, man, they have no deep safety at the moment. We see Mooney in motion. He's cutting across the middle of the field, and he looks towards the end zone. It's incomplete, but heavy pass interference. He never turned his head, and Davis never turns his head towards Drake London, and that's going to be a pass interference any day. He didn't turn his head until the ball was basically on his head, and that's pass interference going against Davis on that one. What up? What up, dude? So Davis, he just kind of closes the gap on London. He sees London turn his head, and he just knocks him out of bounds. Drake London almost caught it anyway, so good for him, but that was pass interference on that one. Not sure why he's like, nah, it wasn't me. I'm like, you did it. 7-0, 5:12 to go here in the first quarter. The Falcons at 1st and goal I'm expecting a Robinson handoff here. That looks like what the formation is. Oh, it's a Wildcat. And Wildcat formation, Bijan Robinson's in the end zone. Touchdown Falcons. Wildcat. Wow. It's a Wildcat. Touchdown LA. Hey, no impressive touchdown call there. Just, it's a Wildcat. Wow. And it actually worked to perfection. He found a beautiful hole there, and Bijan Robinson just kind of walks in. No one saw it coming. I'm like, hey, wait. Sevens Robinson. And some clever trickeration from the Falcons to open up the game. And Riley Patterson's extra points up, and it is right down the middle. 7-7 from the nation's capital. 5:10 to go here in the first quarter. Commanders up next after this. Wow. Wish more teams. I kind of too. I mean, Wildcats are interesting play calls. And I mean, they worked once. And I'm a big fan of the team who ran it first, personally. The team that ran it first. The team that invented it. 5:10 to go in the first quarter. So let's talk playoffs. Playoffs. Yes. We're doing playoffs. Yeah. So the Commanders, if they win this one, I have no idea if my calculations are correct. I'm going to talk while I do some quick math. One sec. I'm doing math. Yeah. So if the Commanders win this one, the Commanders haven't played the Packers, have they? I'm doing math. Hold up. Pause. All right. Here we go. So the Commanders haven't played the Packers, but since they have the better record against the conference, because conference is the second tiebreaker now. Yeah. So since they have the better record against the conference, the Commanders jump into the 6th spot in the NFC. And if the Commanders do win that one, that in fact eliminates several teams from sneaking into that wild card spot in Week 18, including Seattle, who's 9-7. So even if Seattle does win out Washington, I believe Washington walls them. I believe. Check. Yeah. So if Washington wins this one, Seattle has no hope of getting into that last wild card spot because technically they're still there because Washington only has 10 wins, which in this NFC, 10 wins, not a lot. The top wild card seed currently has 14 wins. So you never know. Things are kind of going crazy in the NFC right now. So that 10 wins is not a lot. The Rams currently hold the NFC West. The Seahawks could still pass the Rams in that final game. So it doesn't really matter. So I don't know why I'm saying the Seahawks have a chance. They don't. So the Seahawks play the Rams in the final week. Winner take all in that one. So in that winner take all, Seattle's eliminated. If they lose, the Rams are eliminated. So the hope that the Rams have, if the Rams are kind of watching this one kind of on 50-50-ish grounds because they don't really care about Atlanta. They're like, we don't care about the Falcons. In all honesty, they want the Falcons to win, and then next weekend the Commanders to again lose to Dallas. I gotta get my fact. I believe it's Dallas. It is in fact Dallas, and then lose to Dallas again in the final week of the year, dropping them to 10-7. The Rams. Then they don't have a ton of pressure. If they don't beat the Seahawks, then both teams are 10-7. They have never played each other, but the Rams still, I believe, will have a superior conference record. No. They're doing the Commanders offense, but we've already covered that. I'm doing very complex playoff math. Bear with me. The Rams are rooting for something in this. I'm just going to click on the article. I'm going to cheat real quick. Just real quick. Don't worry about it. Jaden Daniels takes a snap, handoff to Brian Robinson. Robinson's stuffed at the line. What a wow. 53. Landman. He's the Sandman. He made a great tackle there in the open field. He said, "You're not getting past me." Great job there. I'm going to click on to the playoff picture tracker because I don't. Yeah. Math is hard. 2nd and 10. They'll go play action. Blitz coming for Daniels. Daniels trying to make things happen. Oh, no. Oh, no. Daniels got bent in a weird direction. Oh, wow. Okay. He actually popped back up from that. That did not look pretty. Oh, so the Falcons brought some blitz there, and he got bent in a way that should not happen. Like just, oh, no. Oh, how did he get up from that? Oh, how did he stand up? How is he okay? 3rd and 23 for Washington. Jaden Daniels just goes back to running, throws a laser to Olamide Zacchaeus, who's making some plays. He'll get about 12, not nearly enough. So the Commanders will punt. But how is he okay right now? Is his knee still there? Does he have a knee? That looked awful. Okay, yeah, that's cool. I got nothing for that one. Just, all right. So Tress Way will be punting it away to Williams. Avery Williams, the return man for the Atlanta Falcons. So, like, how is he okay? I thought he wasn't getting up. I thought that was Jaden Daniels' season. That was genuinely terrifying. I'm like, oh no. I'm like, that's a rookie quarterback season done right before the playoffs. Like, that's awful. But he just popped up. Like, his knee's still there. Yeah. I know. I'm like, how are you? Are you okay? That was absolutely insane. All right. Who in the NFC South? Yeah. So this one could go either way. The Falcons, who pivoted from Kirk Cousins to Michael Penix under center, hold the head-to-head tiebreaker to the Buccaneers, but Atlanta also has a tough matchup here with the Commanders on Sunday night. We're right here. And Tampa Bay just blew out the Panthers. So we do need, they do need to win, yes. The Falcons, why are they not talking about the Seahawks? The Seahawks. What role do the Seahawks play? No, yeah, they do play a role. It's just I don't think that anyone stands a chance. I think Washington's fine. Are they not? Are they not fine? I think Washington's fine. I don't know. Let me do some math real quick again. I'm confused. 7 and 4. I think it was 7 and 5. Okay. Okay. I'm trying to work out a scenario in which Washington's out of the playoffs. I know there is one. It's just ridiculously complicated. Do they not have the head-to-head against the Rams? Have the Commanders played no contenders this year? He did look like he was a rubber band. He's just, is he okay? Someone call an ambulance. Pops back up, but not for me. Like, what? How is he okay? I was genuinely, I thought it was over. I thought his year was over. Like, that was a scary moment for Commanders fans there. No, the Commanders have, I don't understand. All right. I don't get it. Okay. Yeah, this is fine. I don't understand the math. Commanders win, they're in. Whatever. Commanders win, they're in. They get the 6th spot. Good for them. They lose. The Falcons win. They're one step closer to being with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Falcons just have to win out. If they lose tonight, they have to get some help from Tampa Bay. So the Falcons need a win tonight. If they can win this game tonight, they control their own destiny, folks. The Commanders, I have no idea how they could possibly get out of the playoffs, honestly. I think they do. I think they'll probably get in anyway. Bijan Robinson, a little shovel to the outside, looking about 9 yards on the play. So Michael Penix. So we've seen two quarterbacks. Only one of them has bent completely backwards, fractured his knee, and then stood up and said, I didn't really fracture it. And Michael Penix is trying to lead another successful drive for the Falcons. All right. The Falcons are averaging 6.5 yards per run. The Commanders are averaging 1. Oh, there's a clear penalty there. That'll be a false start going against Atlanta. 2:07 to go here in the first quarter as that false start penalty is called on Charlie Warner, tight end. They brought him over from San Francisco in the offseason. Longtime backup of George Kittle, now a backup for another tight end, Kyle Pitts. So Warner, we'll see him jump here. Yeah, an ever so slight flinch. That's crazy. He just got 2nd and 7. It's that Kadarius Hodge in motion, and Bijan Robinson slips in the backfield. He'll be taken down after a gain of only 1. 3rd and 6 coming up for Atlanta. Yeah, I'm trying to do mental math. But I am really bad at this. Let's see. My calculator. I'll do it on the next commercial break. 3rd and 6. Michael Penix Jr. will flick one up and he way overthrows his intended receiver in Bijan Robinson. He actually had him open. If that had been a little more accurate there, he might have had a shot at that. That was very close. All right. So the Falcons will be punting away 4th and 6. Okay. I'm still calculating. I can do this. I can do this. This is awful. The return is a good return out to the 25 and the 27, where Jamison Crowder is stuffed. The Commanders offense. Coming up next, it's Jaden Daniels. Oh, wow, I am at my phone. Stop. Okay. Just gonna put that there. I'm trying to use my calculator and I'm like, what? Amber Alert, I get it. Okay, I'll be watching. My favorite thing in the world has to be, I couldn't figure out the math, by the way. I'm awful at math. No, I just can't figure it out. I'm like, how is there still one possibility the Commanders are out? They can clinch a playoff berth with a win. I don't know how they're out, but they can clinch a playoff berth with a win. Jaden Daniels will throw on 1st down. He'll go underneath to Zach Ertz. And Ertz will get a gain of 9 on the play. Yeah. But I mean, like, if you try, you can, it's actually kind of not that hard because I've tried before. You just, like, if it bounces, I don't know. It always feels like it kind of goes slower when it's bouncing rather than when it's, like, spiraling. So when it's kind of, when it bounces, you can kind of, like, see its rotations. You can kind of adjust your hands a little. Commander. Oh, it's Tampa Bay. Okay. Yeah, all right. I remember. Yeah, that makes sense. Thank you. I'm like, it's Tampa. I was missing. I didn't actually factor in Tampa. Uh-oh. I did not factor in Tampa. So at the end of the first quarter, 7-7, the Commanders have the ball. There's been an interception. There's been 2 touchdowns. We've seen the Wizard of Oz. We've seen the Wildcat. It's been a good first quarter. 2 rookie quarterbacks duking it off here in the nation's capital at Northwest Stadium in Washington, D.C., not the real Washington. All right, that was the playoffs. We've done it. We did it. Yeah, that makes sense because 10-7, 10-7. Yeah. Okay. But the Bucks. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. I just didn't look at Tampa. I got the merch here and everything. That's crazy. Where'd it go? Huh. I'm like, where'd the Falcons bag go? The Falcons are playing. We should get the Falcons bag in here. If I can find it. Where did it go? Where? Got the blue blanket. All right. Rise up. Here we go. Oh. Got the Falcons up in here. They are currently tied with the Commanders. I don't have a Commanders, but there's a possibility of that happening because Tampa Bay plays New Orleans. I mean, wait. Hold up. Slow down there. You saying that Dallas can beat Washington? No, I think that's basically all said and done there. So now that we've gone through that, on the next commercial break, we'll take a pit stop in our other favorite sport of football, the college football. That's right. By the way, new haircut, yes or no? I mean, I think it's pretty good. It looks sharper. It's the same haircut. It's just shorter because it was getting long. Yeah, I mean, it's just shorter because it was getting long. I think it's nice. We did it a couple of weeks ago without accuracy. Yeah, sure. You'll definitely beat them again. I just missed the playoff implication. They did it slower than me. Ha ha ha. I did it first. All right, Brian Robinson runs it up the middle for a nice little gain there for a first down. So yeah, we'll head to the college football playoff next. We've seen some bowl games come and go throughout our time. Brian Robinson makes a nice cut, hits a man on his way there, 8 yards. Brian Robinson, he's moving so far on this one. There's a flag on the play, and we'll see what it is. Holding. Defense. Oh, it's defensive holding. All right, so the Falcons, Grady Jarrett called for the hold there. So the Falcons will give the Commanders a fresh set of downs. Let's see. Yeah, he held. 1st and 10. Expect a handoff to Brian Robinson here, and the handoff does go, in fact, to Robinson. The stuff him that time. Only gained about 1 there. Let's go my hometown. High schools kind of like scam you with that. I gotta say. It is. Yeah, it is. Like, they also, like, there's a ton of schools in that I've seen that on the major level that take the Georgia Bulldogs like G and just paint it a different color. I'm like, you can't do that. They just do that, you know. 2nd and 9. After this, I'll tell you about another team that gets their stolen, or about my high school's logo, which is so much cooler. 2nd and 9. He's under pressure. Daniels will throw. It's caught by Scary Terry. That'll go for a gain of 5 on the play. 3rd and 4 coming up. Yeah, so mine, for the longest time, I had no idea what my high school logo was for their team. Yeah, you're right. It is the Packers G. I just associate it. Just looks more like the Georgia G because of the colors that I see it with. Because normally it's like red or green. Like, it's never green and yellow, but it doesn't have the white inside, like the white pastel. It only has like the solid colored, which is why I think Georgia. And it's a laser up the middle to Jamison Crowder for a first down. That's a gain of 9 on the play. No huddle, first down for the Commanders. They're trying to go hurry up yet again here. They're trying to wear down this Falcons defense, trying not to let them get any substitutions in on this one. As the Commanders are doing a nice job on this drive. They're moving the ball very nicely. Custom Panther logos. You can't say, yeah, mine's crazy. I didn't know what it was until middle school. So it's a big school-ish. It's a big school-ish. Not really. Jaden Daniels will go to his dump-off option in the backfield. It's Austin Eckler. Jeremy McNichols for a loss of 1. They're going to say loss of 1 on that one. Second down for the Commanders, 12-11 to go here in the second quarter. So ours it's just 3 arches, like 1, 2, 3. I'm like, what is that? It's just like, I thought it was like a wave, like maybe a flag. I'm like, what is this? So the bottom one's covered white, the middle one's covered black, and the top one's covered blue. I'm like, what is this? I'm like, what is this thing? Jaden Daniels over the middle. It's a laser beam to Oz, and Oz will go for a gain of 12 on the play. A good throw by Jaden Daniels, who is slinging the ball right now up the middle of the field. You see really soft zone there. You have no linebacker there. It's just really soft zone covers there. They tried to press on him there, but good coverage there. But it's like, what is this, a wave, a flag? So the white line, black line, blue line. What is this? I'm like, what is this thing? I'm like, maybe I thought it was a fish for a little bit there. I'm like, is this a fish? Like, with the blue? Like, it might be in the water? Like, it kind of looks like a fish. I'll get back to that in a moment. 1st and 10 from the 12-yard line. It'll be play action. Daniels will take it himself. It's a designed run. He's going nowhere. A loss of 1, but multiple flags flying. Jesse Bates says it's on Washington. No, it's a weird logo. It is holding on Atlanta. That'll go against Tyler Biadaze, whatever you want to call him. His name's Tyler. We're just going to call him Tyler B. So Jaden Daniels was stuffed there, but there was a clear holding penalty, so that'll back him up 10 more yards, making it 1st and 20 from the 22, pushing them back out of the red zone. 1st and 20 from the 22-yard line. Jaden Daniels alone in the backfield. Falcons showing heavy pressure. They only bring 4th, picked off. It's intercepted, going the other way. It'll be taken down out of bounds. It's picked off by Caden Ellis. And Caden Ellis making a statement as this Falcons D is no joke. What did I tell you? And the all-pro linebacker gets a pick. Jaden Daniels just misreads who's open. He says, that's my bad. Yeah, it was. He threw it straight to Caden Ellis on that one. So both QBs have a turnover, and both defenses are showing up strong. So both offenses have had their drive. Both defenses have had their drive. We're seeing some interesting football here in this one. This one is looking close. This is a playoff game. By all means, this is a playoff game. Both these teams vying on their way into the playoffs, but this is playoff atmosphere. The players are playing like it's the playoffs. This is a playoff game. We're seeing it early. So I'm like, what is the logo? You might be thinking, what is the logo? So if you draw it out, if you actually draw it out, what is this? It's just 3 little waves. Like, it looks like the shape of a wave just colored that way. And that'll eventually, about 2 years ago, I found the website, the team website. And they're like, we're the Centurions. Like, the what? Like, the Centurions, the what? Huh? And then I draw it out, like I drew the logo. I'm like, wait, so that's the face. That's the armor. And that's the blue tuft on the top. No! I'm like, it actually is a really good logo, but I'm like, what? I'm like, what is this thing? It's a wave. I'm like, wait, so that's the face. That's the helmet, and that's the... Oh! It actually looks like it, but like I just never pieced it together because there's no advertisement for the team anywhere. You just actually have to look on the website. Like, we're the Centurions. You are? Strangest thing. Strangest thing. Not to be confused with Stranger Things, because I have seen Stranger Things. I haven't seen Stranger Things, but I have seen Stranger Things. Seen Stranger Things than Stranger Things. Don't be confused, because I haven't seen Stranger Things, but I have seen Stranger Things. Makes sense. No. Jane Daniels and Michael Penix have walked step by step through their careers and are meeting for the first time of what I would assume to be many, because both of these QBs are on their way to being franchise quarterbacks for these two. So, it depends on the year. Falcons have been a somewhat ridiculed franchise since the 28-3 thing. I've mentioned it in Atlanta. I don't recommend it. They get real mad. So we see here it was just a little fake rush, and Ellis just drops back into coverage and just kind of jumps the route. He just didn't see him. He thought he could fit it in, and then it's just jumped very quickly by Caden Ellis. Great eyes, great vision, great play call on defense by Dan Quinn. So Michael Penix, 2nd and 2. Handoff goes to Tyler Algier. And Algier powers forward for a nice gain of 5. First down, Atlanta. First down. 9:44 to go here in the first half. Tied at 7 apiece. Caden Ellis. It's his first interception of his career right now tonight. He's at 134 tackles, 8 tackles for loss. A couple of forced fumbles to go on top of that as well. He's had a great year, a breakout season for Caden Ellis. We have Darnell Mooney in motion. Play action pass. Penix loads deep. Michael Penix, he's got a man. It's incomplete. He overthrows Kadero Hodge. Oh. And so Michael Penix quickly loaded up the fireworks. But that one falls incomplete heading towards Hodge. Coverage by Mike Summer-Steele. That was great coverage. He was with him step by step. I mean, if he had initiated too much contact, that would have been pass interference. So good job just keeping it clean. He had it. He had a good amount of separation on Summer-Steele. But the ball just wasn't where it needed to be. Penix, play clock winding down. He'll get the snap off. It's a high snap. He throws underneath. It's to Drake London for about a gain of 15, who slammed out of bounds after a gain of 14. 9 minutes to go before the half. You see Penix, very poised in the pocket, calm under pressure. The high snap didn't faze him much at all. And he just delivers a laser right into the chest. He was very calm in that pocket. And that's kind of the thing that he was lauded for last week. It's just being calm in the pocket. He's just making plays. But the big thing is not getting overwhelmed in the big time moments. And that was one there. 4 seconds on the play clock. 3-2. He'll get the snap off. And off to Bijan Robinson, who tries to make some magic. And he makes a little bit. He gets about 4 or 5. I would say they're going to give him 5 before he's pushed back. Forward progress will give him 5. Nailed it. 8:10 to go here in the first half. Bijan Robinson has 1,235 yards this season. It's the most by a Falcons player since 2011. That was Michael Turner with 1,340. Best and worst game of the season so far. Worst game has to be Seahawks-Bears. Best game belongs to Rams-Bills. Handoff to Bijan Robinson. Robinson has a hole. He's up to the 30-yard line and a little bit past that to the 27. A nice run of 12 by Bijan Robinson. Yeah, I got to say, Bills, Rams, definitely the one I have the best memory of. Fantastic game. Although Bengals Broncos had a thrilling ending, but I think overall game-wise, Bills Rams. Worst game. I mean, honestly, it's been a weird year because there's been the good teams, and then there's been the bad teams, like the really, really bad teams. And Seattle, Chicago, there was just no offense. So I think it's just a really awful game. Tyler Algier. I'm sure there's one that I'm forgetting about, but enlighten me if I am. But that game was awful. Algier will get the first down there. No, can't argue there. He won't get the first down. They're going to mark him short. Sorry. 2nd and 4. He was well short. I don't know what I'm saying. 6-yard gain for Tyler Algier. Tyler Algier was brought in as supposedly the next big running back for Atlanta, and he had a nice little opening year in 2022 out of BYU in the 5th round before he was replaced by the Texas alum Bijan Robinson. Oh, Michael Penix under heavy duress. He throws incomplete to Kadero Hodge, who also gets popped. So both Penix and Hodge take a shot. You see a little bit of a wince from Penix there, as Fowler Jr. just came unblocked on the edge, and he got smacked. Oh, they called roughing? No way. He had no chance. I mean, I guess hit to the head, but he could not have slowed that down. Roughing the passer on Dante Fowler. That was a weak call. I mean, there wasn't anything he could have done there. Dan Quinn agrees with me. His momentum was too strong. He would have just bailed out of the way. Terry McCauley probably has something to say about it, but I'm not putting him on just for that. Michael Penix under center. It's Warner in motion. The shovel to Bijan. Bijan cuts the edge. Bijan, a nice little pickup. He's out of bounds after a gain of about 9 on the play. They're only going to give him 8. Sure, why not? Just to prove me wrong. 6 minutes to go here in the first half. Falcons knocking on the door. Yeah, that was 8 yards. Original camera angle was bad. I need to be better. 2nd and 2 from the 4-yard line. Michael Penix again under center. Expect the handoff to Bijan. Although they don't have super tight end stacked here, they'll hand it off to Bijan, and Bijan's into the end zone. Touchdown, Falcons. And he Lambo leaped right into a unwelcome crowd there. Like, get off. And the Commanders defense allows the early touchdown from Bijan Robinson. Just a nice job cutting the edge there by Bijan, as these two defensive-minded head coaches are actually kind of entering what's been a bit of an offensive game. I mean, aside from the 2 interceptions, both teams are moving the ball extremely effectively. Bijan's 10 carries for 63 yards. And then, of course, Jaden Daniels is 10 of 12 for 82 yards at TD. And, of course, that single INT. There's an official review going on. What for? Did he step out? Oh, what? The ball may not have crossed the plane, although his entire body was in the end zone. Are they going to steal this touchdown from him? They might steal this touchdown from him. They stole the touchdown from him. Wow, that is insane. Hand it off to Bijan again. Just run it. He deserves it. His entire body was over. Just give it to Bijan. Just give it to Bijan. Like, come on. Come on now. He deserves it. He earned it. He did all the work. Come on. To Bijan. London in motion. They're stacking the box. Penix QB sneak. He didn't get close. He didn't even come close as the Commanders pushed the pile back. That's going to be 2nd and goal. Great job by the Commanders. Bobby Wagner getting in there. Frankie Louvu getting in there, just saying, nah. Oh, from that angle, it looked like he had it. This is going to be the angle here. No, he did not have it. All right, now give it to Bijan. Be smart. Give it to Bijan. Give it to Bijan Robinson out of Texas. I mean, I got to say Bijan, such a Texas name. And the handoff goes to Bijan. Bijan cuts to the Andes. Get it in this time. Touchdown Robinson. And the Falcons have actually scored this time. Hey, I mean, I guess I'm getting extra touchdown calls. Am I right? And they tried to rush. They tried to stack the middle again, but Bijan loves those edges. And he gets the edge right there and into the end zone. He's not bothering heading towards the sideline this time. He's like, I'm not cutting that out again. And you will not find Bijan making that mistake again in his career. Are you kidding me? He's actually got to establish himself in the end zone. Extra point is good. 14-7 off the Bijan Robinson touchdown. Falcons rising up to the challenge as they are up by 7 against the Commanders. Out comes Jaden Daniels. How does the Commies respond? All right. It's been a good game so far. Fairly quick moving. College football playoff is back very soon. It is a good game so far. Yeah. Starting with on New Year's Eve. I'll get to it later, actually. I won't cover that yet. Penn State, Boise State at the Verbo Fiesta Bowl in Arizona. Phoenix State Farm Stadium, home of the Arizona Cardinals, currently housing the Boise State Broncos as they get set to technically host as the 3 seed, the Penn State Nittany Lions in Penn State. How far can Ashton Jonty bring this Boise State team over the Drew Aller-led Penn State Nittany Lions? That's going to be an interesting one at the Verbo Fiesta Bowl. Because obviously we love to say that Ashton Jonty can lead Boise State to a good game, to a deep run in this one. But really, realistically, how far can he take them? Because, I mean, Maddox Madsen's been very consistent. He doesn't throw a lot of interceptions. He's thrown more touchdowns than Drew Aller. The yards have been there. Like, Boise State's a productive team. But when you look at the opponents that Boise State has faced, they haven't exactly been up to par with those that Penn State's faced. Boise State has only played two ranked opponents all year long. That was Mountain West Championship game against UNLV, which they won by 14, and then against Oregon, which they lost by 3. So obviously the fact that they put up that challenge against Oregon is phenomenal. And then, of course, Penn State losing also to Oregon and then Ohio State. So they've lost 2. They've played 3 games against ranked teams. They're 1, 2, 3, 4. They've played 4 games and they're currently 3-1. So, they're doing a fine job. The Penn State's done a fine job. Ultimately, I would love to pick Penn State because their defense shut down SMU in the last round. They're riding that wave of really good shutdown defense against Ashton Jonty. And I think if there's going to be a team that can shut down Ashton Jonty, I think it's got to be Penn State. The teams that I think have a chance of shutting down Jonty are Penn State and Texas, possibly Georgia. But like those guys on the opposite side of the bracket, you're not going to face them for a little bit. But they have to get past this Penn State team. I think Penn State has a really good shot of upset in them. So I'm actually going to take the upset. I'm going to take the upset in this one. College football playoff prediction, Verbo Fiesta Bowl. I'm taking Penn State. Final score, 34-24. Yeah, I'm taking it to two-possession game. Two-possession game. 34-24. Tell me what you think. The read option has been there big time for the Commanders in this one. See them fake it to Robinson. Daniels kicks it outside and then hits the touchdown. That's kind of what they have to do a little more in this game, is a little bit of that read option. Because Daniels is masterful at it. He's done a great job just doing that. 16% of their plays are run-pass option. It's 3rd in the NFL. Yeah, I mean, I think it's a solid pick. Penn State looked good. They looked really good, and I think they can pull it off. I believe. And Jaden Daniels will do that read option, and he'll take off down the sideline. Jaden Daniels to the 50 to the 45. A good run by Jaden Daniels. First down. I don't know. Thing about it. I'm just covering all the sports. I'll do basketball later. Boy, that'll be fun. I got words. I got words for basketball. Yeah, you listen. I got words. 1st and 10, 45-yard line. Handoff goes to Robinson on another read option, and Robinson makes it count, gets about 6.5 yards. There is a flag. 3:46 to go until the half. You know the drill. At the half, I'll grab a refill on my drink. I know for a fact there's food downstairs. I'm going to leave it up to a surprise. I'll bring it up and eat it off to the side, but so that I can still interact. And, yeah, of course. Yeah, and so that's halftime, and then I'll come back and for the second half, and we can go back to talking about the game and, of course, the college football playoff as well. So the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl. I got words. Yeah, I got words. Texas. I could go for some brisket right now, though. It's just me being upset at an owner. It's something someone did in basketball, but nothing too severe. Don't worry. Family friendly. Arizona State is technically hosting Texas at the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl, although it is a significantly farther journey for the Sun Devils as they host the Texas Longhorns. I'm sorry. I mean, Cam Scatabo has done a good job at Arizona State. I mean, they've done a fantastic job. They've really put together something special, and Texas didn't look all that impressive in the first round compared to some of the other teams that played. But I still think Texas comes up with the win here. I think the elite linebacker unit might be able to shut down Cam Scatabo. And if Quinn Ewers can actually get his game on a little faster, then I think Texas takes this one. I got the final score, 31-28, game-winning field goal. Give me Texas. So I have Texas and Penn State moving on to the next round on opposite sides of the bracket. So Penn State heading to the Orange Bowl, Texas heading to the Cotton Bowl. I think those are solid predictions there. The Texas wins 30-17. Wow. I mean, fair. Arizona State might choke. You know, like SMU did and like all those teams that played in the first round did. At the Rose Bowl presented by Prudential, it's a famous bowl game in the Roses of California as Oregon hosts Ohio State. Ohio State is going to be greedy for revenge in this one. Ryan Day is going to want it more than anything. Ohio State is going to go out there fighting with a passion. Will Howard's going to score 3 touchdowns. Quinshon Judkins is going to cash in a touchdown as well. But that won't be enough. Oregon's going to win that one. Final score, a remarkable, hear me out, 45-42. Oregon drives down the field in the last minute for a game-winning touchdown to win the game. Oregon moves on to face Texas in the Goodyear Cotton Bowl Classic. So we saw a Commanders offensive lineman going into the blue medical tent. So Michael Dieter is the starting center. So a center change for Washington. That could be dangerous. 1st and 20. So not the normal center for this Commanders team. First snap goes pretty well. And Daniels gets nailed. Daniels didn't see Matthew Judon right in his blind spot. He gets buried. Matthew Judon. Wow. Judon just shot out of a cannon off of that left side there. See, Caden Ellis brings the blitz. He gets pressure, forces the running back and the O-line to both miss it, and Judon's just free. So really, that was a big play from both Caden Ellis and Matthew Judon. A fantastic disguise there. 2 sacks on the day for Atlanta. Commanders pass rush isn't getting home on Penix so far. Play clock winds down, and Washington's going to have to call a timeout. So ahead of their 2nd and 30, Washington will call a timeout. That's right, 2nd and 30. They have a mile to go in this one. Then to close out the college football playoff, it's the All-State Sugar Bowl, the quarterfinals, that is. Notre Dame heads off against Georgia. As much as I would absolutely hate to see Georgia win, they're not going to win. I'm taking Notre Dame. Gunnar Stockton doesn't have it in him to face this very tough Notre Dame team. I'm taking Notre Dame to win this one. I'm feeling 27-13. I'm feeling a weird score, a lot of field goals. Georgia's defense is going to show up a few times. 27-13. Give me Notre Dame on the upset. So that leaves us with Notre Dame, Penn State in the Orange Bowl, 6 and 7. How about that? I think that's an upset. I think I'm making the bracket more interesting for you. I'm just trying to make it interesting. It's better TV. It's better commentary. Jaden Daniels drops back to pass. Daniels rolls to his right under heavy pressure. He'll throw it out of bounds, which means we have a 3rd and 3 decades coming up for the Commanders. 3rd and 30. Wow. All right. And Caden Ellis again. He is wreaking havoc on this Commanders O-line. And just this game in general, he's been all over the field. You see him with that little disguise blitz again. He's got the offensive lineman looking. There's a free rusher coming for Daniels again. Just by a little stutter step, pretending to come in on the blitz. He looks like he's blitzing again. He'll drop back against that same look, and it's a screen to Oz, and that's all he's going to get, 10 yards. So the Commanders will be punting with plenty of time for Atlanta to have their 2-minute drill to potentially take the lead by an even larger margin going into the half. Washington's actually it's kind of looking like Washington might have someone stuck in their throat right now. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. So they don't have to punt it here. They won't. This is the 2-minute warning from Northwest Stadium in Washington, D.C. The Falcons lead 14-7, about to get the ball back. We'll get to see the rookie quarterback Michael Penix Jr. on his 2-minute drill coming up after this. So yeah, college football playoff looks interesting. I'm looking forward to Texas-Oregon semifinal. That'll be fun. Then, of course, Notre Dame, Penn State as well. That'll be very interesting. You know what? I kind of like Penn State. I like Penn State. I'm rooting for them. You know, they have a wonderful college program over there. For this stuff, they have a fantastic journalism program over there at Penn State, including a year abroad. Very interesting. No, the Finns are coy. That's never a good start. It's an article that says the Finns are coy. No. Well, I'm glad. The Finns are coy on a must-win. Take it as you will. Take it as you will. Penn State's got a good journalism program over there. Take it as you will. And Mike McDaniel, you try to forecast how things heal, man. Yeah, well, we'll see. Man. All right. So, I mean, Tyler Huntley did a great job. I don't know if we really want him to start. Sorry, I'm into the Dolphins. Oh, no. I don't want him. So, yeah. Interesting. Anyway. Week 18 of the regular season, we have a historic matchup, likely on Sunday Night Football. That's where some bad news comes for you guys. So, yeah, I'm sorry about that. But, yeah, that's going to be a huge game. We'll definitely get to see that one. That's got to be a primetime game somewhere. Somewhere Seahawks Rams is going to be primetime as well. Very likely we'll see Bengals Steelers on primetime somewhere along the line. I think those are the three probably. I don't know because there's no Monday Night Football. I don't know. Oh, and it's almost blocked, but Trust Way gets away with it. It'll go out of bounds at about the 15-yard line, depending on the spot. There's a flag, however. Holding on whichever team's that way. Holding, kicking team. So it'll move the Falcons forward as on Forrest there. So the Falcons will move forward even further. Ahead of their next drive. We'll see the hold. Yeah. Okay, so the almost block was actually a hold turned almost slinging him into the punter there for the block. All right. 1:53 to go here in the first half. Falcons 2-minute drill time. As we see, that's 34 in motion. And it'll be a shovel over to Bijan Robinson. Ooh! Bijan gets 9 yards before he's smacked by Bobby Wagner. Wow. Bijan just got out. That's not Bobby Wagner. That's Jeremy Chin. Yeah, that's Jeremy Chin. What you talking about? So Jeremy Chin just lays the boom on him, like just puts his full body weight into Bijan Robinson to make the tackle there. 2nd and 1. I would expect another run, honestly. And it is another run to Bijan. Bijan's got another hole. He's out to the 48-yard line. Tackle made by Chin. Bijan's going at it. 1 minute to go. The Falcons in no apparent hurry. And now it's a minute left to go. The Falcons are not going particularly hurry up. They're taking their time. They still have all 3 timeouts. Michael Penix looks deep. He'll throw deep. He's got a man. It's Drake London who gets out of bounds for a first down. And that's a gain of 17 to the Washington 36-yard line. And Atlanta might come out of this half 21-7. And the Falcons are moving awful fast right now. Commanders defense needs a stop. Boy, gotta caught my cord there. 46 seconds to go. 1st and 10 from the 36-yard line. Penix drops back to pass. Penix looks short. He'll have Darnell Mooney, who cuts it inside. He'll get to about the 22-yard line on the gain of 12. Falcons are going hurry up. They're being conservative with their timeouts here. I would just use one. They have 30 seconds, 3 timeout. I would just use one. Just use a timeout. Hello, 25 seconds. Falcons are just letting this clock tick. 20 seconds. Penix gets the snap off. Penix throws short to Pitts, who goes out of bounds after a gain of about 3 or 4. They're going to give him 3. To the 21-yard line. 16 seconds to go. They still have all 3 timeouts. Target the middle of the field. Call your timeouts. Falcons having questionable clock management choices right now with 16 seconds to go and having used none of their timeouts. Get yourself into a little, like, you don't need it to be a 21-yard touchdown pass. Get a little closer. You have the timeouts. Target the middle of the field. Get whatever they give you. Get what the defense gives you, honestly. Play clock at 5, 4, 3, 2. He'll get the snap off. Penix looks deep over the middle. It's tipped and it's almost intercepted. He should have had that. And he's going to want that one back. Noah Igbenogany. And Noah Igbenogany's groaning just like I am. He had it. That's 20 push-ups, my friend. 50 push-ups, honestly. As it bounces right off his hands. Just a little more lunge. He shoulda, coulda, woulda, shoulda. Off his hands. That hurts. That hurts if you're Noah Igbenogany. 3rd and 7. Darnell Mooney. A little bit of shake and shake on the left side. And Michael Penix just airmails onto Drake London. Overshoots him by a mile. 4th and 7. So the Falcons failed to use any of their timeouts. They have 6 seconds. Not sure what the clock management was on that one. They could have had so much more time to make something happen, but they don't call the timeouts. They decide to go hurry up. So they'll send Riley Patterson out to kick a field goal. He just way overshot Drake London. Riley Patterson for the 39-yard field goal. Snaps good, holds good, and the kick is good? Good. Shaky kick from Patterson, but he does get there. 17-7, the Falcons up by 10, my mistake. 2 seconds to go until the half. Likely just a knee for Jaden Daniels. Week 18 schedule, 2 games on Saturday, 2 slates on Sunday, and then Sunday Night Football. Actually, I think they might just have multiple games on Saturday at 4:30. I don't know the exact schedule, but those will be on ABC and ESPN, CBS and Fox, and then Sunday Night Football, of course, on NBC and Peacock. Or, yeah, on those. So the kickoff will be underway in a moment. So 2 seconds to go till halftime. I'm going to leave you for a few minutes. Get a refill. Don't go anywhere. Got the halftime food of the week coming up. And that'll go for a touchback. So likely a kneel down. Unless he's going to try for another miraculous Hail Mary. 1st and 10. So Jaden Daniels, it's looking like he's just going to take a knee as the Falcons head into the locker room. And they're in the victory formation as they'll take a knee and send us to halftime. Thank you so much for being here for the first half. We'll be ready for the second half. Just stick around. Keep it on. It'll be quiet for a few minutes. You'll get a notice when I'm back, and then you can type whatever you want in the chat, and I'll be more than happy to answer your comments or queries. Till then, thank you so much for watching this first half. We'll be back for the second half in 12 minutes. Goodbye. incredibly interesting first half. The Falcons up 17-7. Kind of a bit of a, if I'm being honest, I'm a little bit surprised at the no-show from Jaden Daniels so far in this one. We've seen quite a bit, but we haven't seen nearly enough of Jaden Daniels to make a difference in this game for Washington. I'll be over here. The food of the day is cilantro rice. I just nice cilantro rice over here. So that'll be good. I'll be eating over here. Summon me, shalt you need anything. If you missed it, during some of the commercial breaks, we did the college football playoff prediction for the quarterfinals, and we have Penn State lining up for a rematch. Or sorry, not a rematch. I have them playing Notre Dame. I don't know what I'm saying. You have Penn State taking on Notre Dame in the Orange Bowl, and then I have Texas taking on Oregon in the Cotton Bowl Classic. So those are the picks. So I have Penn State and Notre Dame beating Boise State and Georgia, respectively, and then Oregon knocking off Ohio State, and then Texas ending the Cinderella story of Arizona State early. So I got an email. I get an email every time I do one of these. It's my favorite email in the whole world. I haven't cleared it yet because I love it. It's just an email that says, hey, you're live on your channel right now. Thanks. Like, I get it. It's funny. But it's like, hey, guess what? You're live on your channel. No way. Thanks, Sherlock. I mean, I guess, and now live on your channel. I know. Fun. I get why they do it, but it's hilarious to me. It's like, you're live on your channel. Thanks, man. No, it's the funniest email. I love seeing it like every day. I'm gonna change the desk up. Finished eating my cilantro rice. It was good. Love this desk. Nope. Try and remove the glare. I didn't expect me to be strong enough to like just like pull the table and no. If I put it back down, is there still a glare? Oh, it's been there the whole time? How do I not see it? Sorry for the noise. Just noticing the glare now. Go away. I wish like that light, the light that there's one light that's off, like it's just gone. Why can't that be this light? This light, I hate this light. It's so bad. If I need light, I can turn on any, like there's like 10 lights in this room. It's a ridiculous amount of lights in this room. No one needs to see this much. Like, this glare. Glare bothers me. Ha. You can't see it. Not really. Yeah, you can kind of see it. Only when I stand there. I'll just stand here. What's up? I'm all the way back here. We're going to be doing it from back here so that you can't see the glare. It just looks normal. No, I don't care that much. You don't mind the glare. It's fine. So the first half was intriguing, that's for sure. 17-7. The Commanders are down 17-7. The Falcons are on top. In a bit of a shocker, the Commanders have been a bit of a no-show in this first half. It has been all Atlanta here. We got the merch from the time in Atlanta. I spent some time there. The Royal We. I spent some time in Atlanta. So that was fun. I spent a lot of time in Atlanta. And that's where that bag's from. Not a Falcons fan, don't worry. No, but seriously, you can go to Atlanta. You mention the 28-3 thing. They freak out on you. They're like, Atlanta is one of the best teams in the league. Yeah, the best teams at losing. Why? What do you mean? 28-3. You can just feel the rage. It's funny. You can just like hear him. Don't mention that. Oh, it really is funny. This was a couple years ago. I was in a room doing a podcast with a few other people. And they were like, the Dolphins are going to be so bad this year. They're going to have 3 wins. That was the year that, of course, the Dolphins made the playoffs. With Skylar Thompson, but whatever. We still made the playoffs, which is a win. And they're like, the Falcons are going to be great. That was the year that was the lovely, lovely year that Atlanta realized they had nothing at quarterback. That was Desmond Ritter's year in the spotlight. So I think it was like a combination of Desmond Ridder and Marcus Mariota that year. So I'm like, boy, were you wrong. First, Desmond Ridder is going to be our franchise quarterback. The hopes and dreams squashed in a moment's notice. So Daniel's first pass of the half goes incomplete. There's a flag on the play, though. Holding offense, so that'll back him up 10 yards. It'll be replay first down. That was on Sam Cosmi, the veteran guard for Washington. So we're going to do something fun. You can type a random word in the chat. Just pick a word. Nothing bad, obviously. I will ban you. Jaden Daniels, quick pass up the middle to Brian Robinson Jr. for a gain of about 6. You can put almost anything you want. Just pick a word in the chat. And I have to find a way, just that you only get, I can do that. Yeah. No, yeah, I'll find a way. And you'll be listening, because I will have to sneak that in at some point during the second half. That's the goal. Sneak that word in. If there are any more words, I'll have to sneak that word in. I'm playing the Detroit Tigers. Those that know the Detroit Tigers of the MLB have famous commentators that are known for ahead of their games, especially this last season when there wasn't a whole lot to root for 2 seasons ago, with Detroit. And they asked them to get words from the fans to send them in, and his partner picked 10 words. And he had to fit those into the broadcast. Jaden Daniels under pressure will be taken down for a sack. He's cradling the baby, saying, I got that sack. It's Arnold Abitake. And Jaden Daniels having to refix his helmet after that hit. There is a flag. It's always weird to me. I was talking about this with my brother the other day. How cups like this, you see, it's got the main hole, and then it's got this little small hole. The little small hole that if you lean too far back while you're drinking, it spills on you. What is the purpose of this hole? Does anyone know? Does anyone know the purpose of this hole? He's like, to air it out. I'm like, there's an even bigger hole. You don't need it. Is it just for the purpose of mildly inconvenience? Oh, and an awful throw by Jaden Daniels heading towards Jamison Crowder. Goes incomplete, 2nd and 10. Jimmy Lake, the Falcons defensive coordinator, him and Raheem Morris have been running this defense very well for Atlanta this season. No, if you know the answer to why there's a small hole there, go ahead. Tell me. There's no reason. Hand up, bro. Brian Robinson takes a shot. That was fun. And Brian Robinson just takes a hit and then bah. He gets nailed and flipped. They'll see if they're giving the first down there. Yeah, it's just a mess. It's just a little hole in the top of the cup. Just so that if you drink back far enough, then a little. Can you not? Weeks 1 through 11 in sacks, they had 10, fewest in the NFL. Since week 13, they have 19, which is the most in the NFL. The Falcons have found ways to get pressure in recent weeks. It's a bad screen towards the Wizard of Oz, and the Wizard of Oz is making magic. First down, Washington, 11 yards. There's another flag, though. Flags are coming up all over the place suddenly in this start to this second half. It's another holding penalty on Washington, which will wipe back the magic made by Oz. It's holding on KJ Osborne, wide receiver that came from Minnesota last season. I guess they got him at the trade deadline. I forgot he was on this team, honestly. That was a great job by Olamide Zaccheaus. Absolutely insane moves there. He's kind of had a bit of a breakout here in these last few games with Washington. Oh, man. I have allergies. Oh. Don't mind me. I'm allergic to the entire continent of Europe. 1st and 20. Jaden Daniels drops back to pass under pressure. Judon almost gets home. Daniels, evasive as always, delivers to Zach Ertz. Ertz has one man to beat. He beat him. Jesse Bates in the open field brings him down at the 37-ish yard line of Atlanta. Zach Ertz. Remember him from the glory days of Philadelphia. He's back to haunt you again in Atlanta. Wow. And Zach Ertz on just a little play makes men miss. And Jaden Daniels, the elusiveness to get through Matthew Judon. He just slips out, delivers to the open man, and then Ertz makes magic happen all on his own. And that's why Ertz is still such a huge part of this Commanders offense. 1st and 10. It was a gain of 37 for Zach Ertz. Daniels Dome, incomplete, heading towards Jeremy McNichols. 2nd and 10. No idea what I sound like. I'm gonna try this out. Oh, sorry. Just wanna, yeah, because I know if I flip it, it amplifies my voice more, so I can be farther away. It's just I don't like it when I'm sitting right here because it's really loud, and then I blow your eardrums out. So try not to do that. So I'll sit back here and commentate like this, just for now. I'll put it back for the 4th quarter. I just wanted to stretch my back, my old bones, my old bones. It's cord. 3rd down coming up for the Washington Commanders. It's Jaden Daniels. Dan Quinn's trying to lead his offense to victory. He coached this very Atlanta team for a long while, including to that 28-3 start to a Super Bowl. But we're not going to talk about that. Zach Ertz in motion. Daniels. It's a direct snap to Daniels. Daniels rolls to his left. Daniels under pressure. He'll scramble for it. He'll get the 1st down and more. 1st down, Washington. Gravy architecture. What does that mean? All right, those are the words. What does that mean? I actually have to Google it. What? No. Okay. And it's a laser to Scary Terry, who drops it. Terry McLaurin has been locked down all day by A.J. Terrell Jr. This is only his 2nd target of the game. I don't know how I'm going to do it. Your name's probably the easiest one. All right, here we go. Luke McCaffrey in the game for Washington. Jaden Daniels drops back to pass. He looks over the middle, incomplete, dropped by Terry McLaurin. I think I can do it, actually. I think I can do those. I think I can do this with the proper scenario so that it actually makes sense. Hardest one being gubernatorial. That's awful. You're evil. Out off the hands of Terry McLaurin. He's got 3 targets in this game, 2 of them in the last 2 plays. A.J. Terrell is locking him down. 3rd and 10. 10 minutes to play here in the 3rd quarter. Pressure coming for Jaden Daniels. Daniels gets it off quickly to... Oh, wow. And a good swing there. He's short of the 1st down. It's Jamison Crowder, who gets swung down. 4th and short. You go. Keep the offense out on the field. Come on, Dan. Keep it on the field, Dan. Yeah. And Dan's going for it. They're going for it on 4th and 1. Let's see. I'm not sure a run would be the best option here. Brian Robinson hasn't had the best luck against this Atlanta front. 5 seconds on the play clock. 4, 3. It's going play action. Daniels is going to take it himself. 1st down, Commanders. And Washington will get a fresh set of downs on the 1st down on the Daniels scramble. Michael Penix just looks from the sideline. Huh. That's funny. That's funny, yeah. I mean, I can do it. I believe. We're in D.C. It's doable. It's doable. I can do it. 1st and 10. Jaden Daniels hands it off to Brian Robinson, who will go for about 3 yards. Oh, man. My eye. I think I got like cilantro in my eye or something. Oh, not really. It's fine. I'm fine. Yeah, it's probably just the allergies, honestly. Same thing. I'm so clumsy today. It's crazy. I went downstairs. I dropped like 5 things. And I've woken up the entire kingdom. 2nd and 7. Jaden Daniels. He'll roll to his right, under pressure, stiff arms, trying to make something happen. He'll go out of bounds after a loss of 1, not willing to challenge Jesse Bates. My mouse just doesn't work anymore. 3rd and 8 coming up for Jaden Daniels, led by Cliff Kingsbury, the new offensive coordinator here in Washington. Worked for USC last year under Lincoln Riley, the head coach over there. Jaden Daniels, 3rd and 8, drops back. Pressure coming. He flicks into the end zone. Touchdown, Zach Ertz. A beautiful play by Zach Ertz. He launches the ball into the stands. And Zach Ertz just cannoned that into the stands there. Great job by Daniels. Just keeping the play alive, staying patient, not rolling out too quickly. The pressure was coming for him. He just stands in there. He's willing to just stand in there and deliver. Beautiful throw there. And that is a touchdown for Zach Ertz. And the Commanders, up 14, will hopefully be getting the extra point here. And that'll be 14. We'll see if Zane Gonzalez can kick the extra point and get in here. And the extra point is good. 17-14, the Falcons lead, trimmed to 3. Ertz, he's the big man. Remember him from his time in Philly? Well, he just reminded somebody who just got a big hit on their head from the speed that ball was going at. Yeah, I know. Just making it sound, I wasn't even. I was just refilling my cup, and then I opened the sink and I accidentally knock over a plate. I'm like, man, got one. I go over. I'm like, okay. I walk on over, and then I put my cup down, and my hand slips, and the cups are dong, dong. Stop! Quiet. Well, I'm like, okay. I think I'm gonna go upstairs now. I forget that I'm wearing shorts with no pockets right now. I didn't know that. So I go to slip my phone into my pocket. Boom! I see Mulan. Now all of China knows you are here. It's like that. Now all of China knows you are here. All of China knows I'm here. That is the case. All of China knows you are here. I know. I don't know. I feel like they're more on my side than America just because of the whole national anthem thing. But, I had just muted it. I wasn't going to unmute it. It was probably very good. If I were at the game and actually managed to get to our seats in time for that, then I would have. But, yeah, Okay. I gotta find a way to put this one in. All right. I can do it. It's like those the quicker picker upper commercial. It's like that. No. And then the funny thing is that if they use the paper and they wipe towards the thing that they're trying not to get wet. Wouldn't you want to, just scientifically, wouldn't you want to wipe away from it? Just a thought. Just so you get nothing on it, you just slide it and then clean it up going that way. So if it doesn't absorb it perfectly, you just nice. But if you go this way, it's like, oh no, it got wet anyway. Why would you go that way? It doesn't make any sense. It's like, the quicker picker up. No. Go that way. It's your phone, like iced tea spills. No, you're not gonna like pick it up, like take your phone, put it in the tea. That's basically what you're doing. Just no, you go the other way. I'm sorry. Bijan Robinson has forced 107 missed tackles this year. It's the most in the NFL. People have just been bouncing off of him like a ping pong table. Bijan Robinson has had himself a game so far in this one. We'll see if he can continue the pace here for the Falcons, up by 3 with 7 minutes to go here in the third quarter. And that will not be the way to do it, as Bijan gets absolutely stuffed after a gain of probably nothing. I don't think they're going to give him a yard there. Second down coming up for Atlanta. Second and 9. They will give him a yard. Generous, but okay. 8-7 Atlanta Falcons, attempting to make themselves 9-7 and still in the race for the NFC South. But they need a win here today. Penix drops back to pass. He'll throw underneath. It's Drake London. He'll get about 4 or 5 based on forward progress. So the Commanders so FedEx Field is off. Northwest Stadium is an awful stadium that hopefully should be getting a renovation very soon, or at least new grounds or something. It's pretty bad. I mean, I haven't been there personally, but I've heard stories of the nightmares. Like, it's bad there. So the fact that they're having a game at this scale, at this playoff scale, is interesting for Washington. We'll see how the stadium is able to handle it. Maybe hear something afterwards, and Penix fumbled. He recovers it. Oh, man, there was heavy holding on the offense. But Penix, someone got their hand right on the ball, and Penix is going, I got to hold on to this better. It was clearly holding on the offense, but somehow he still manages to get a hand on it. Fantastic effort. Yeah, all the spells. No, So it's on Bergeron, who had the hold, and he just gets one hand on the ball and just swats it down. He did get held, but just swats him. Oh, they give him a chain for that. Man, good job, man. Forcing the punt, 4th and 11. So the Commanders defense gets the Falcons off the field and gives them back the ball, only down by 3. Fake punt. Fake punt. Fake punt. Nope. One day I'll do it and it'll actually be a fake punt. It's going to be with the Lions. We know it's going to be with the Lions. Come on. It's going to be the Lions. It's a first down for Washington coming up. Forgot who had the ball. Jaden Daniels, the rookie at LSU, up next. That's the way to say it. It's not LSU, it's LSU. If you're from Louisiana, it's LSU. If you're from the South, it's LSU. Anywhere else but the South, you have to say LSU or else they get mad. I'm from the South. Not really. I'm from the South of Florida. So LSU. It's so loud. All right. I'm still trying to, waiting for, I have things set up. I have good things set up for the words, but I just need them to happen. I need something to happen. All right. This game has been an interesting one. It's actually coming down pretty close to the wire from the looks of it. As the Falcons currently lead by 3, but Washington's about to get the ball back. Jaden Daniels got 15-22 for 153 yards, 2 touchdowns, and an interception. While Michael Penix has racked up 11 of 20 for 102 yards and an INT himself. The receiving yards, Olamide Zacchaeus, Oz, has 63 yards and a touchdown on 6 receptions, while Drake London leads the Falcons with 48. Meanwhile, Bijan Robinson on 14 carries has taken it for a remarkable 83 yards and 2 TDs, and Jaden Daniels leads the Commanders in rushing yet again for 4 carries, 37 yards. This has been Statistics with RSquared. Very well. Not Kyle. I mean, you can call me Kyle, too. I genuinely don't get how no one zoomed in. Like, I feel like if you don't want to know. You just want to call me. You just want to call me Kyle. Which I'm fine with. So Alex Kemp's crew is the referees here. Give them a bit of a shout out because why not? Rusty Baines, Sean Petty, Scott Helverson, Alex Kemp, Mike Morton, Daniel Gallagher, and Lo Van Pham. That last guy, Lo Van Pham. Wow. I love that name of his. We're back here in the nation's capital of Washington, D.C. as the Washington Commanders get set to take the field. Jaden Daniels with Terry McLaurin in motion. Daniels will go play action on the first play. Under pressure, rolls to his left. He'll scramble out of the pocket. He's got a man to beat. It's Ellis. And oh, wow. Jaden Daniels takes another hit. That was actually A.J. Terrell making the tackle, but he takes a shot at the end of that one. And Daniels is taking some risks here. I mean, wow. And he just he just defied gravity. I don't think he touched him. I think he just defied gravity. He's playing like he's on the moon. There's a penalty flag. Stop it. It'll be false start against Washington. Kyle. My brother's hilarious. He's like, we're gonna call he was the one who submitted the petition for the Washington machines, which is hilarious. It's the Washington machines. Hilarious. Their mascot's just a washing machine. Like, get washed. 1st and 15. Like, they could make it epic, but it's just a little joke. Is like they're the Washington machine. Oh, and swatted down at the line of scrimmage there. Fantastic job by Landman. He's the landman because he's ruling the land that the Commanders are owning. He comes in on the blitz, and then Daniels just goes for a quick pass over the middle to Terry McLaurin, and Landman says, "Get out of here with that." Yeah, it's great. I'm like, they should name it the Washington Machine. That's funny. 2nd and 15 coming up for Daniels and the Commanders offense. Falcons showing pressure. They rush 5. Daniels steps up again. Jaden Daniels to run. He makes one man miss. He'll get the first down and out of bounds. Jaden Daniels with that offensive Rookie of the Year effort there. How about that? And Daniels showing off his Rookie of the Year talents. He's saying, I got it as a lock. That's a 18-yard run for Jaden Daniels. I mean, bye. Like, he took that juke straight out of Madden right there. All right. I can fit the words in. I'm trying my best. Hand off to whoever that is, Chris Rodriguez Jr. for a gain of 2 there. 2nd down coming up for the Commanders. 2nd and 8. Biadaz is questionable to return with a left ankle injury for the Commanders. And Daniel, under heavy pressure, he'll be taken down as he's rode by Carter for a gain of 3. I mean, they have to do everything they can to take him down at this point. He's starting to get that Lamar Jackson run is better mentality, and the Falcons are having to find a way to shut him down. Did a good job there. Good tackle in the open field by Carter. 3rd and 5. Falcons showing heavy pressure. That's still Rodriguez, the back. We see Crowder in motion. Play clock is at 1. He gets the snap off. He loads deep down the field. It's incomplete. A.J. Terrell locks down Terry McLaurin again. He says, no, sir. And Terry McLaurin, him and Jaden Daniels have been like biscuits and gravy all year long. And yet somehow A.J. Terrell has managed to shut him down completely in this one. I mean, he has just not been able to connect. Did you hear it? Did you hear it? 4th and 5. They're going for it on 4th and 5 here. The Commanders feeling a bit of desperation. And they're going to pass the ball. Daniels will get it. It's stopped. Oh, he reaches over. Jesse Bates almost made an incredible tackle. But Jeremy McNichols with the second effort gets the first down. What an effort by Jeremy McNichols. And Raheem Morris looks on. I mean, the sheer effort. Jesse Bates did a fantastic job there. It was just the support didn't come in fast enough. Like, he did a great job on that almost tackle there. But McNichols just, he hits him low and then just stretches forward. Great job by Jeremy McNichols making the play. McNichols still the back. There's a flag. They're going to call a timeout for Atlanta. Their first timeout of the half with 1:38 to go here in the third quarter. Falcons lead by 3, but the Commanders are driving and they're being aggressive. They're 3 of 3 on 4th down today. Yeah, we do. I mean, he did a great job there. Yeah, it was a good tackle, too. Like, Jesse Bates had him, but he just kept fighting. He didn't give up. So do you think the rumors are true? That football is just a way to try and get you to eat more food? I don't believe it. I think it's a hilarious concept. But it's funny. It's not true, but it's funny. It's like, who on this, let's see if we can find some food on this team, on these teams. Let's see if we can find some food. I mean, like, I guess chowder for Jamison Crowder, like chowder, but like, no one likes chowder. No one likes chowder. No one eats that. I mean, other than that, nothing. I don't think there's anything. I don't think there's any food on these teams. What? Okay. I have nothing for chowder. I mean, it's I don't hate it. I don't know anyone that particularly loves it. It's like, you know what I want right now? I want chowder. Yeah. What? Are you okay? The other one, I feel like Anyamata. I always think oyster. I don't know why. Like, I feel oysters have nothing to do with it. When I think Anyamata, I just think oysters. Oh, I know why. Don't worry about it. I'm like, oh, I know why now. But forget it. It doesn't matter. See, that's what I'm telling you. The little hole. If you drink from it the wrong way, and then the little hole stuff just pops out of it. Why? It's such a pointless concept. Saw a flag football game happening ahead of this one where, yeah, I don't know. A lot of crazy stuff happens in flag football. I much prefer to be on this side of things. His flags are taken. I don't know why he's still running. I played 1 or 2 years. I think I played 2 years total. 1st and 10. Jaden Daniels will just dump it off to Oz, and Oz gets a nice little effort to get 7 yards on that one. They're going to give him 6 just to prove me wrong. Time of possession this quarter, Washington's up to 11 minutes and 30 seconds, while Atlanta is stuck at 2 minutes and 7. Washington has outgained Atlanta 132 to -1, 23 plays to 3 this quarter. It's been all Commanders in this one. And they're going to go with a little bit of that jet sweep action to Oz. And Oz powers forward and knocks right into the all-pro safety, Jesse Bates. And Jesse Bates was knocked backwards by the hit from the Oz there. That was a great job by Zacchaeus, just going down and bam, lowering the shoulder, getting the extra yardage. Absolutely nailed him there. Okay. Trying to look at the other words I have left. Jaden Daniels scrambles out, get about 5 yards. Have an entire fourth quarter. You can basically hear my breathing. A lot of motion there for the Commanders in this one, as you just see everyone going in a different direction, and then Daniels just takes it himself. A lot of eye candy there on that last play for the Commanders, and it worked out well. Got the solid 5-yard gain on the design draw. So this is the end of the third quarter. The Washington Commanders are driving deep into Falcons territory, down by 3, 17-14. Falcons on top going into the fourth. All right, sitting down. Sitting down and probably flipping the mic. I mean, my sound is clear this way, but it is loud. It's loud for me. I don't know if it's any louder for you. Sorry. So I'll just do this. Like, it sounds better, right? Like, it just sounds like it's quieter. I'm not blowing your eardrums out this way. Very nice. So next week, week 18, I am unsure about my status to do a commentary. Thank you. I'm unsure about the status of doing a commentary in week 18. Like, I know that the primetime is probably going to be Vikings-Lions, which will be a phenomenal game, but I don't think I'll be able to. I'll be traveling, so I won't have the mic. It'll kind of be like I don't know. We'll see. I mean, if it will be, it'll be wherever the Vikings and Lions are playing, because it's going to be on primetime. So if there is one, it'll be on there, but I'm not certain there will be one. Just time-wise, it'll be less convenient, most likely, but we'll see. Nothing's locked in. Definitely going to be some playoff commentaries. But like the Super Bowl, I'm not sure. I think I'm going to be boring and not do a Super Bowl commentary. Just because, Super Bowl's like friends and family, hanging out, just chilling with the game, Super Bowl party. I don't necessarily feel like commentating on the Super Bowl itself. I could do live reactions, like shorts and stuff. I'll have someone record me during the Super Bowl. I guess something crazy happens. Family stream, yeah. Get the friends and family stream in here. Yeah, so I don't know if there's going to be a Week 18 commentary, so I apologize for that. Meet the Kyle. But hopefully there will be. We'll see what I can do. The sound won't be as clear. The camera probably won't be as good either. And I don't know. I'm trying to, because I know what the layout looks like of the place that we're traveling, and I'm not sure there's a place that it would work. Maybe. I'm trying to think if there's a TV in the guest room. Anyway, and Jeremy McNichols is fighting. He got a solid 4 yards there, 3rd and 1, here on the first play of the fourth quarter. Hey, I mean, if the Dolphins ever amount to anything, I'll get my dad on here, and he'll be a guest. Like, there's certain teams that trigger guest stars. I'll say that. There are teams that if they're like on prime time, or if I can get the person that like that day, those are going to be the big ones. During the off season, there might be some guest hosts. You never know. We'll see. Hand off to Brian Robinson. No, Chris Rodriguez. He'll get 2 yards on a first down. Yes, there might be some collabs coming up in the offseason. You never know. We'll see. We'll see. Time of possession this half, the Commanders are up to 14 minutes while the Falcons are stuck at a low lead 2. Yeah, go Dolphins. Yeah, if my dad's a Dolphins fan, so more so than I am. I'm just a sports fan. He's a diehard Dolphins fan, like, no matter what. And Nick Nichols fights his way forward for another good game. So it was Chris Rodriguez again. Man, Chris Rodriguez fights his way for a big game there. There are some NFC, like if the, I'm not going to say, I'll keep it a surprise. There's a team that is currently in the Super Bowl race that if they're in the Super Bowl, there might be a guest star. Maybe. There might be multiple. We'll see. Terry McLaurin in motion. It's a shovel to Chris Rodriguez. Chris Rodriguez slices his way through to the end zone. Touchdown, Chris Rodriguez Jr. He's cut right through the defense like he was a samurai of Japan. And the Commanders are on top yet again. 20-17 pending the extra point. Chris Rodriguez simply slicing his way through the defense there. It was just a nice little simple shovel and then one cut and then slices right through. Chris Rodriguez has made this one a ball game. I don't know if you heard it, but I used another word. Here comes the extra point. And it is good. It's a 4-point game. The Commanders retake the lead for the first time since the first quarter. Washington now leads 21-17. Michael Penix is on the return. He's only had the ball 2 minutes. Jaden Daniels is controlling this second half. We'll see if Penix can respond with a touchdown here. Yeah, it was a good one. See, I can do it. I was waiting for a scenario. I'm like, Samurai's running back touchdown. I have like I have plans. I got biscuits and gravy. I'm like, there has to be, like Bijan out of the backfield on a catch or Terry McLaurin. So I just went with Terry McLaurin. So I thought it was solid. Gubernatorial, I have no idea. Actually, I have an idea. I do have an idea. Give me a minute. I'm having. Yeah. Okay. I got it. I'm gonna fit gubernatorial in. There's a way. Where there's a will, there's a way. So this has actually been a really good game. Pleasantly surprised. Tomorrow night, Monday night. I mean, I expected it to be a good game. But, the Falcons have kept it really competitive, which I wasn't sure what to expect from Penix, but he's looked good. I mean, it's been another, kind of humble start for him, 11 of 20, 102 yards, an interception. It hasn't been, flashy numbers, but he's getting it done. He's getting it done here in Washington. They show the sights around D.C. 21-17, 13:03 to go here in the fourth quarter. Josh Harris, the managing partner for the Washington Commanders. He's also an owner of the Philadelphia 76ers and more. Josh Harris has done an incredible job building this team up from the ground up. He's really done a great job. He brought in Dan Quinn as the architect of this magnificent structure of a team that they've built so far with Jaden Daniels, Terry McLaurin. They've kind of built it around Terry McLaurin and Jaden Daniels, and they've kind of gone from there. And they've done a fantastic job building the defense as well, getting those players from Carolina, J.C. Horn, Frankie Louvu as well. They've done a great job all around on defense and on offense. Did you catch that one? Did you hear it? Did you hear it? All right. I just got 2 in like the span of a minute. Michael Penix, play action, under pressure. He'll step up and deliver to Charlie Warner. He'll get a gain of 6 on the play. Didn't see it coming. I just needed, like, that was the one. I'm like, they either need to feed me a coach, an offensive coordinator, a defensive coordinator, a coach, a coordinator, or the owner. They showed me Josh Harris. I'll take that. 2nd and 4. There's a plan. This is strategy, folks. Bijan Robinson, get about 2 yards on the play. Bring up 3rd and short. 3rd and 2 coming up for Atlanta. They're showing Terry Bradshaw next to Michael Penix. I didn't know why. Is it because the way he holds the ball? Really? They're going to... Okay. Whatever. He holds the ball a weird way. Same way as Terry Bradshaw. Okay. That's all I got from that. No sound. And it's going to be a pass. Michael Penix under pressure. He'll step into one. It's completed to Ray McLeod, who's still on his feet. He's fighting forward. Ray McLeod. Oh, my goodness. He's out past midfield. He was dead to rights. He barely had the first down. They can't get his knees on the ground, and then he just powers through to midfield. That was a 3-yard gain turned into a 13-yard gain. Yeah, they just didn't take him down. Sonra Steele had him, and he just kind of rolls over him. Martin had him, misses it, and then Sonra Steele can't take him down after that. Penix looks to throw. Penix hit as he throws, and it's knocked out. It's still a live ball. They haven't blown it dead. They did now. All right. So it's incomplete. Penix got hit as he threw, heading towards Drake London from the looks of it. Fowler Jr. is wreaking havoc on Penix in the backfield. Yeah, they know what they're fighting for. These guys understand that the playoffs are on the line. He does get forward, but he gets hit by Fowler as he throws. Dante Fowler has been having himself a ball game just on quarterback pressures himself. A beautiful spin move there. He had Lindstrom having no idea what hit him. 2nd and 10. Penix looks to throw, and it's almost caught by Drake London, but knocked away. Good defense by Washington. That was Quan Martin making the play. They are breaking it up. Quan Martin's having himself a day. He had the pick earlier, and now he's done a good job. I'm not sure if he's been the guy that's been covering Drake London today, but he made a great play there in knocking that ball out of Drake London's hands because he had it. He just got his helmet right on the ball. Great job by Quan Martin. 3rd and 10 for Atlanta. Teams are playing hard in this one. Playoffs on the line. Penix looks to throw under pressure. He's sacked. He fumbled. It's recovered by the Falcons offense, but it matters not. It'll be taken down. The Commanders defense is showing up big again. It's Armstrong. And Dorian Armstrong? I want to say Dorian. His name's Armstrong. And Armstrong just breaks through and then forces the fumble. Luckily, they had a Falcon there to recover it. An alignment that was Dowman. Here comes the punt, which will give the ball back to Washington, who has a 4-point lead with 10 minutes to go here in the 4th quarter. I will be ready for you. And I'll have an entire game next time. I'll ask for it in the 1st quarter, though. As soon as I see you, I'll like, where's your list? Where's your list? Because this is just in a quarter, so. 200 words. That's too many. Now we're going to limit it to the same amount that they limited it to, which was 10. That's the max. You don't have to do 10. You could do less than 10. I'm perfectly fine with that. But we're going to go 10. Because if the Tigers guy says 10, I'm going to listen to him. He's one of the best in the game. Let's see. What words do I have left even? Gubernatorial? Yep, okay. And I have a watch me fit gubernatorial one. What is this commercial about? Just like weird commercials. What? Huh? Okay. I don't want to question it anymore. I'm not questioning it. So neither quarterback has peaked 200 yards, which feels surprising considering how this game has gone. Like this game. Like what's going on here? This has been a fun game, but neither quarterback has particularly dazzled in passing yards. Michael Penix, 121 passing yards. Jaden Daniels, 165. And the running game hasn't peaked 100 yards for either of their leading rushers. Daniels has 76. And Bijan has 85. But, they just haven't been linked up. Raheem Morris and Dan Quinn, they were at the Hofstra Pride. Dan Quinn was the coach. Raheem Morris was the coach and player. In 2015 and 2020, they had 6 seasons together in Atlanta. 2020, Morris was named the Falcons' interim head coach after Quinn was fired mid-season. Last playoff appearance was in 2017 and then 2020. Morris looking chill on the sun. I'm liking the double-up jacket. I mean, I know it's cold, but I like the style. It's a good style. Second half possessions for the Commanders, 15 plays, 14 plays, 84 yards, 75 yards, and both of which touchdowns. Commanders are rolling here in the second half. We'll see if they can continue. Jaden Daniels rolls to his right. He hits his man. It's the Wizard of Oz. He is hot and spicy like a pepper so far today, as Olamide Zacchaeus has been getting the ball like no one's business. He's been getting it time and time again. He's on fire. He has been incredible for the Commanders so far in this one, as he's caught the majority of Jaden Daniels' passes in this one. You saw nothing. You heard nothing. And Olamide Zacchaeus he's been on fire. He really has. He's been great. Zach Ertz in motion there. It'll be a read option, and Daniels will take it himself. And Daniels takes a shot and just bounces off of him for a gain of 7. Jaden Daniels is just like lowering his shoulder. He's saying, I'm going for it, Jaden Daniels letting the Falcons defense hear it. So we're playing a tough physical defense. We got to show them to be tough and physical. And Jaden Daniels, breaking news, has now officially surpassed Robert Griffin III for the most rushing yards by a rookie quarterback in NFL history. Congratulations to Jaden Daniels. 2nd and 3 for the Washington Commanders. Handoff to Robinson. Brian Robinson finds a hole. First down, Commanders, 11-yard gain. 8:30 to go. Robert Griffin III and Jaden Daniels, both from Washington. Here's Griffin, just master of the read options, of course, before his injury. Jaden Daniels pulling off a near identical play against this defense today. Griffin on the roll. He makes stuff happen and then delivers beautifully. Then Daniels, we saw it again. He's making stuff happen and then delivers to Zach Ertz there. They're both fantastic dual threat quarterbacks, and hopefully Jaden Daniels' career has much more abundance in rings compared to Robert Griffin's as a starter, Especially here in Washington, that would be quite the story. We all about the news. This is the news biz, 2nd and 9. Coming up for Washington. time of possession this half, the Commanders are up to 17 and a half minutes while the Falcons are stuck at 5. The Falcons just have to get the ball, and then once they have it, they have to keep it. Suddenly, the Commanders are in charge of this game. We see that Zacchaeus in motion. I went silent for a minute. That was my bad. I was zoned out. Jaden Daniels looks over the middle. He's got Zach Ertz. Zach Ertz, one man to beat, lowers his shoulder. He won't get there. He'll fall about 2 yards short. It's Atlanta 3-yard line. 1st and goal coming up for Washington. Dan Quinn liking what he sees. That was a really great, just little confusing eye candy from Zacchaeus. And then just a good play action that Ertz just takes the underneath after the linebacker goes up for some outside help there. The tight end, oh, it was Bates. It wasn't Ertz. My mistake. Sorry, that was Bates. 87. 1st and goal for Washington. Dan Quinn calls his first time out of the half. With 6:07 to go here in the 4th quarter, Washington leads by 4. They're at the Atlanta 3-yard line. Commanders, full control. Just over 6 minutes. And it's kind of looking like Washington's going to pull away with this one, just like my prediction suggested. Atlanta's just not putting up a whole lot of fight right now. I got to say, I mean, it's been all right, but they just haven't been showing up the way they need to be. And the old Bates switch. A famous play call of the Commanders. I met a lovely Commanders fan, by the way, on a Royal Caribbean cruise one time. Very nice guy. We talked about the Commanders. It was during the Commanders-Steelers game, I believe. Yeah. Game that the Commanders lost because of the most obvious neutrals. Dude, he was just trying to draw you offside. That was that game, you know. That was a fun ending that I got to sit there with him, so had a good time with him. Go Commanders, as far as that goes. 1st and goal. Just thought I'd give him, a shout out. 1st and goal. Jaden Daniels rolls to his left. He'll take it himself. Daniels stuffed. He'll get about 1.5 yards, but won't be able to get the touchdown. And headphones hurt, I gotta say. Yeah. 2nd and goal coming up for Washington. Just like the pressure that they put on your ears sometimes. I know what I sound like. It's fine. Cliff Kingsbury trying to work this offense on 2nd and goal. 3 seconds on the play clock. Washington's not set. Play clock winding down. There's the flag. Delay a game. They're going to call it. No, timeout Washington. So Washington takes 2 timeouts in a matter of plays. And Dan Quinn's not too happy about that one. It's a big mistake if you're the Commanders. You just lost 2 timeouts before the 2-minute warning, which could not be bad assuming something happens here. Let's listen in Terry McCauley.
Eligible lineman in, and then make the announcement.
Okay, Terry, thank you.
So it's because they were trying to get a lineman eligible, and they had to call all of them. Yeah, I see. They had extra linemen eligible, and they had to call them, which takes time off the play clock. Yeah, so that's a delay game. Interesting. So Terry McCauley, NBC rules analyst, explained that for us there. So 3rd and goal. This time everyone that's eligible is eligible with plenty of time. The 1-yard line. Handoff, and he's stumped. Brian Robinson stuffed after a loss of 1. The one that I will call mine. Yeah. Mark and Kyle, that's fine. No, I mean, I have no idea. I have no idea what his name was, but he seemed like a nice guy. In his Royal Caribbean, so he was probably drunk, but I don't know. He seemed like a nice fella. Yeah, it really was fun to hang out with him during those hour or so that we were watching that game. 3rd and goal. And Daniels drops back to pass. He'll throw a bullet. Touchdown. It's the Wizard of Oz. The magic is happening again. Touchdown, Commanders. There's a flag. Never mind. Forget I said anything. Holding offense. And that wipes away the magic. Man. I kind of like that, though. The Wizard of Oz, you know. That's a good call, no? I think it's a good call, but wiping it off just like that. Yeah, that should have that was just a big mistake on their part. Third and goal from the 12.5-yard line. Commanders up by 4. Pressure coming for Daniels. He'll throw it away. Intended for Terry McLaurin, but not really. So 4th and goal. Commanders will send out the field goal team to bring them up by a touchdown with 4:35 to go. So Michael Penix gets set to suit up here for what might be the final time the way that this Commanders offense has been rolling. Zane Gonzalez is one of 4 kickers used by the Commanders. He's 3 of 5 in 2024. His long's 48. This is a 31-yard hopeful chip shot. 7-mile-per-hour winds. 10-mile-per-hour winds. I love the little wind meter there. And the kick is right down the middle. 24-17. The Commanders have a 7-point lead. It's time for Michael Penix Jr. to show what he's got. It's the rookie's turn for a comeback in his second ever NFL start. My neck. I'm old. All right. So we've had a crazy day of football today, especially in regards to the AFC playoff race. We know that the front 4 of the AFC are basically already locked in. The only thing that might happen is if Baltimore somehow chokes the final game and Pittsburgh stuns Cincinnati, then Pittsburgh will jump them. But really, it's looking like the pecking order is going to be Kansas City 1, Buffalo 2, Baltimore 3, Houston 4. Possibly, it's looking like Pittsburgh 5. It could be Los Angeles as well. So Los Angeles and Pittsburgh as 5 and 6. Then that final spot is where things get funky. The Denver Broncos, after a massive what? That's funny. Gubernatorial. No, I gotta fit it in naturally. I can do it in relation to the game. I got something. I have something. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna hold off on it. So Denver's lost in overtime to Cincinnati after a seemingly conservative approach and trying to force a tie for that team there. And they've been trying to make something happen. Denver, they've been trying to close out this playoff race for a long, long time, but Cincinnati's knocking on their doorstep. Denver needs a win next week in Kansas City to clinch that final playoff spot. However, the team that's knocking directly on their doorstep is my very own Miami Dolphins, who need to beat the Jets. They did beat the Browns with Tyler Huntley at quarterback. It's kind of looking like Tyler Huntley might be the quarterback again against the New York Jets with Tua Tagovailoa injured with a hip injury. But, Denver is starting to hyperventilate over there in the corner. Congratulations to Michael Penix, by the way. He got engaged after his first ever start. So congratulations to him. And yeah, good for him. Good for Michael Penix. Olivia Carter is his new fiance. But anyway, back to the sports section of it. Sorry, I just thought I wish him congratulations. Congrats. But Miami's the team directly knocking on the door, which doesn't seem possible because if you remember, this Dolphins team was 2-6, 8 games into the year. So if you can believe it, the Dolphins have gone 6-2 in this last stretch, which has kind of silenced the haters that said the Dolphins can't win in December. Its point is they can only not win when it's below 40 degrees. Yeah, they can win in December, fine. It's just as long as it's warm weather. And so Miami, 8-8, just behind Denver. Cincinnati needs Miami to lose to the Jets and the Broncos to lose to the Chiefs. So Cincinnati needs some help. But the Bengals have earned it very well. Easiest task you can be inside is beat the Jets. I know. I mean, it's not impossible. Even with Tyler Huntley. The thing is, I'm not sure the Dolphins deserve it. Because we're just going to lose to the Bills. I feel like the Broncos have a chance of beating the Bills just by out-defensing them, but the Dolphins lose to the Bills in Buffalo. Sorry, but if they stun them, it would be the greatest miracle in NFL history. Go down in history. Mike McDaniel's getting a 10-year contract. Tua's getting a 10-year contract. Tyreek's getting a 10-year. Like the entire team's getting re-signed if we do beat the Bills. Happen to beat the Bills if we make the play. I just don't think it's going to happen. Especially not with Tua at like 30% or whatever. 2nd and 3 for Atlanta. As Michael Penix tries to lead. Oh, no. Something went wrong with their scoreboard there. 2nd and 5. No, it would be an insane end-of-year stretch, and it would prove all the haters wrong, but I don't think they have it in them. And Michael Penix throws a rogue pass heading towards Drake London. I would love to see it. I would love to see it. Because then the thing is, as a Dolphins fan, if we beat Buffalo and then move on to the next round and we got Kansas City or whatever, it's like, fine, just beat us. Like, we don't care anymore. We're not going for the Super Bowl this year. Like, we want a playoff game. Like, that's kind of the thing. It's like, we want a playoff game, y'all. 24 years. We finally want a playoff game again. Like, that's incredible. Like, that feeling will be new to me. I've never seen the Dolphins win a playoff game. I have not been born. I was not born to watch the Dolphins play in a playoff game. So that's fun. So it would be interesting. Michael Penix throws on target, caught, first down, Drake London. First down, Atlanta. 4 minutes to go. Drake London, just a simple little slant towards the sideline. Nice little crosser, and then that's where he hits him. And I mean, that's where you see the left hand come into plays. You can use that left side of the field. Tua makes that throw as well. So Michael Penix using that left hand to his good work there. London has got 62 yards in the day. Penix still only has 135 passing yards. .34 in motion. I don't know who that is. Penix drops back to pass again. Flags. It's going to be holding. He'll deliver to Kyle Pitts anyway for a gain of 8, but that's going to come back. Okay, AFC playoff pictures. Pretty simple at this point. Week 18 matters, but really it's just two teams hoping and praying that the Broncos lose to the Chiefs. It was on McGarry was the holding penalty. Yeah, well, I don't know about that. I didn't see a whole lot there. Okay, whatever. If you say so. I don't think that was a penalty. I know it's an awful Kermit the Frog, but whatever. 4-3, Michael Penix. Looks deep, and then he'll settle for Bijan Robinson, which will get him about 5 yards back. 2nd and long coming up. See, the AFC playoff picture relatively straightforward. Broncos need a win. They're in. They seal it. If the Broncos lose, if the Dolphins win, then the Dolphins are in. If the Dolphins and Broncos lose and the Bengals win, then we have Cincinnati snatching that 7th seed in the AFC. 2nd and 14, Michael Penix drops back under pressure. He'll roll to his right, and he pump fakes deep and then decides to take off himself. He'll just get a simple 4 yards. What's up, boat nerd? Good late evening. Yeah, I mean, it's honestly good morning. It's 4 a.m. Good morning at this point. 3:05 to go. And that would be fun. Commanders are fighting for their right not to play the Eagles in Philadelphia, though. because Jalen Hurts, they almost lost with Kenny Pickett at quarterback. They almost did, but they pulled out with Jalen Hurts actually playing the entire game. It wonders how big of a blowout that would have been. So it'll be interesting to definitely see that Philadelphia-Washington rematch. Penix throws overhead to Pitts. He's interfered with. That had to have been interference. They don't call it. Jeremy Chin. Oh, come on. I thought that was PI. Chin, there was a little bit of hand fight. I guess there wasn't anything too egregious there. Yeah, all right. He kind of, it's iffy. That's iffy. They probably did make the right call. That's kind of an iffy one. Yeah, it does have Game of the Year vibes. It should be very interesting to see, especially in Philadelphia. Drake London makes the catch on 4th and 11, breaks the tackle. He's inside the red zone. It's the Falcons on the move with 2:25 to go here in the game. Down by 7. No, I hope that's the night game because then I would get to commentate on that exact same game twice in one season. That's hilarious. We commentated on the first. See the thing about that. Got a problem with that. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to commentate it all next week because I'm traveling. I'm going to try, and if I am going to be there, that is going to be the game most likely because it's going to be a nightcap. It's going to be a nightcap game. Once after this play. And they'll go to the Jets sweep. I'm not even sure who 34 is, but it works to perfection there. That is McLeod. Oh, it's Ray McLeod. We haven't heard his name at all. I'm going to be traveling, so the mic won't travel. Camera will travel. I'll definitely attempt to, but it kind of depends because as far as I know, the layout the place that I'll be doesn't have a great place for streaming, but we'll see. So yeah, you'll see. You can check in if that game and see if I am live, but I'm not sure I will be. Nothing certain. And it's a bad snap. Penix picks it up. The center. Sorry, it was Bijan. It was a wildcat gone terribly wrong. And 2nd and goal from about the 30-yard line. Anyway, 2-minute warning. Washington's up by 7. A wildcat formation. Bad snap. Bijan lucky to recover it as Atlanta's backed up deep on 2nd and goal. Yeah, I'm rooting for the Vikings, honestly. I want the Vikings to beat Detroit because that would be so funny. It would be so funny. Like, all the hype, the Lions are the number 1 seed. The Lions are going to win the NFC. They're going to make the Super Bowl. And then Minnesota comes in and steals the 1 seed from them. It's hilarious. We were just talking about the implications that the Dolphins beating Buffalo in the wild card round would have. Be like, Dolphins wouldn't even care in the divisional round. It'd be like, take us out, Kansas City. We don't care. We want a playoff game. When healthy, they have nobody. Like, they're just a ton of skeletons out there running routes. Yeah, Minnesota's done a fantastic job. Kevin O'Connell's a great coach. As I kind of predicted his success too, honestly, because there were coaches that I set aside that because I loved that coaching class that year. Kevin O'Connell, Mike McDaniel, it was just a great year in general, and all those coaches I had being really successful, and they have been so far. This year, not so much. My predictions were a little off. My Dan Quinn prediction feels pretty dead on, though. It's kind of like he's going to do well. He's not going to win a Super Bowl. He's going to do well. He'll stay for about 2 years, 3 years, build the team up. Then they'll dump him for a decent offensive play caller. So that's still my prediction. He lasts 3 years in the job. They fire him on Jaden Daniels' last year of his rookie contract. Bring in a new coach, offensive-minded, and go for the Super Bowl. That's the current prediction. you stop? The remote's just shaking. I'm like, stop. Because I moved it. Well, considering, I mean, I gotta say, yeah. I mean, they have. I'm not totally surprised because I always knew Kevin O'Connell was a phenomenal play caller, and he has a very good locker room presence as well. He's highly respected around the NFL just in general, just as a head coach, and his personality as well. And the players have reflected on that, and it really resonates with the players in Minnesota, which is why they're such a perfect culture fit there. So the Falcons are backed up to the 26-yard line after the rogue snap on the Wildcat. So Penix has to look deep. It's a comeback route to London. He'll get it. It'll give them the ball at about the 14-yard line. Okay, so the Falcons in need. So that was a 13-yard pass to Drake London. They're at the 13, so they need another 13-yard pass. No coaches' challenges allowed in the last 2 minutes of the game. This is 4-down territory. If you can just get yourself nearer, great. You take that. Like, don't try and force it. He tried to force it, and he overthrows Drake London. It would be interesting. I feel like Kevin O'Connell really likes him, but at the same time, they're still like sitting on J.J. McCarthy back there, kind of forgotten through the chaos of this season. But he's still there. So we'll see. Like maybe they give him another year to sit behind Darnold. Very possible. And then they start him the year after that, kind of pull up Mahomes, like, he's injured the first year, whatever. 4th and goal. Penix looks. He lasered it in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Kyle Pitts. Touchdown, Falcons. We got ourselves a tie game pending the extra point. We might be heading to overtime, folks. And Kyle Pitts, what a throw from Michael Penix Jr. I mean, excuse me? Right in between two defenders, he puts it only where Pitts could get it. That was a perfect throw. Wow. And a phenomenal throw by Penix there. And the extra point's good. 24-24. The pressure has shifted on Washington. They're saying it's check, your move. Washington attempts to put the mate on that check as they attempt to put the Falcons in checkmate and finish this one. Tied at 24, minute 19 to go. Commanders, can they win it? Remember, the Commanders have an inconsistent kicker in Zane Gonzalez. Coming in as the kicker, he's 4 of 6 on the year. He's had a short career, 4th kicker for Washington this season. And we'll see if he can pull one off. It would have to be a long field goal, but if you're Washington, you're aiming at the end zone or at least a chip shot field goal because his range is 49. His long is 49 on the year, which isn't ideal. So they're going to want to try and pin him there, get close. So they definitely have a lot less range. Both teams have no kicking range. Yeah, speaking of game of the year vibes, kind of feeling it right now. It's a good game. We might be heading to overtime. This is what I'm saying. Like I said it at the beginning, at the first quarter, this feels like a playoff atmosphere. Like just the game, the way the players are playing, like they're playing so tough, so hard. They're willing to do whatever it takes to win this game. They are playing so tough in this one and trying to win this one because they know that the playoffs are on the line. This is essentially a playoff game. I think we should take this moment to remember Jimmy Carter, 100-year-old president. He's the longest living president that they've ever had in the history of the United States of America. He was fantastic. He was an okay president. I mean, he didn't do a whole lot of president. He won the president's Green Bay versus. No. Yeah, I mean, you probably like that game. Let me finish my tribute. Stop interrupting. Stop interrupting. I'm trying to finish my tribute to Jimmy Carter. Jimmy Carter. He won the gubernatorial race of Georgia back when before he became president of the United States. And then he moved to this very DC. So on this very day that Washington holds the nightcap, he is honored here in DC heading into the final minute. I have Jaden Daniels going for a game-winning drive here. I would not be surprised. Yeah, he did not. All right, let's see it. It was so bad. It was so bad, Pepper. Why are you saying, wow? I had to force that. I was supposed to do it at that 2-minute warning, and I just forgot. I just didn't see the 2-minute warning. There's too much drama. I am. Like, wow, that's the first thing I thought of. I'm like, what, Jimmy Carter? Oh, I can use that. But yeah, obviously, yeah, wonderful president. Yeah, he'll definitely be missed. 100-year-old, longest living president that we've ever had. Got a bad feeling about Biden not breaking that record. Sorry. I mean, Jimmy Carter. I'm sorry. I was just thinking. Jimmy Carter was way long time ago. He's 100 years old right now. He just passed on today, and meanwhile, Joe Biden's already right there, and he was just the president. I'm like, what's up with that? Anyway, he is still the current president for a few more days, so just have to be nice to him for a bit. All right. Anyway. Yeah, that's what I was Googling. I grabbed my phone. I'm like, who was he the governor for before he was president? Who was he? It's Georgia. Home of the Bulldogs. Home of the Falcons, more importantly. So, that's very interesting. That this is kind of like, I haven't heard great stuff about his presidency either. Yeah, he's been really good afterwards. He did, yeah. That's exactly what my dad said when he heard the news. He's like, oh, Jimmy Carter died. He was the president. I'm like, he was the president, right? He's like, yeah, not a good one. But he was good afterwards. I'm like, what? Like, no, he was good afterwards. Oh, okay. Yeah, he definitely gets credit for doing it. But something I just noticed now is that this is the Jimmy Carter game. He was the governor in Georgia, Atlanta. Then he became president in Washington. How convenient was the timing on this? What? I've just blown my own mind. I'm like, what? Is it staged? No. We're not going there. We're not going down the Illuminati hole today. Anyway, 1st and 10 from the 30-yard line. Game-winning drive on the wire. Jaden Daniels under pressure. He's sacked. Jaden Daniels brought down. You can't have that. It's Arnold Abitake on the sack. 2nd down coming up for the Commanders. 1:05 to go. Commanders going hurry up, saving their last time out. Goosebumps for real. Jaden Daniels drops back to pass. Throws over the middle, incomplete. Heading towards Terry McLaurin. Not happening. 3rd and 11. 3rd and 11 for Washington. Atlanta might get the ball back. This is something you have to avoid if you're Washington. No passing. AJ Terrell just had him locked. He didn't have a good grip. He didn't grip him. He was just had his arm around him, but didn't grip him. Good job by AJ Terrell. Good defense. 55 seconds to go. Jaden Daniels. Over the middle. It's incomplete. Knocked away. Good defense on Oz, who limped a little after that one. And that was knocked away there by somebody. I think that's Simmons. Simmons 21. Simmons is 21, right? Oh, he actually didn't get a hand on that. Olamide Zacchaeus dropped the ball. And I got to say, he really did just drop the ball there. So no comeback drive for Washington. Which means it's a comeback drive for Penix now. Here comes the punt. Trust Way will kick it off to Avery Williams. This game's gone on for a long time. It's like, what? 11:17? Yeah, it's 11:17 Eastern. Like, wow, this game's going on for a bit. It's like the Vikings are paid to keep games close in the end. Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, they have been keeping it tight even against the really bad teams like the Jaguars. You're like, whew, that was close. Playoff probability with the win, the Falcons have a 79% chance. With a loss, they're down to 15%. Can the Falcons keep those hopes alive? With a game-winning drive with 40 seconds, 2 timeouts to go. Can the Commanders' defense hold strong and send it into OT? Here we go. Final drive starts now. Michael Penix drops back to pass. He'll throw over the middle, and he hits his man. It's Darnell Mooney to the 45-yard line. He's inbounds. The clock is ticking here. They have 27 seconds and counting. They're trying to get up to the line. 24, 23, 22, 21, 20. Play clock. It's winding down here. This Falcons, okay, they'll get the snap. Penix looks overhead. He overthrows Mooney. He had him. He had him. Vikings was hard to break clear. Unfair. That's valid. Will record hasn't been, was not good. They wasted so much time there, though. That is very questionable time management by Raheem Morris. Riley Patterson, kicker who's not known for his deep leg at 4 a.m, for his big leg. They need at least 25 yards here, I gotta say. Here comes Penix over the middle. No one there. No flags. It's 3rd and 10. This game's about to head to overtime, folks. Falcons have one more play dialed up. They have 7 seconds. What do they do here? Do they just go like quick? Like a quick throw up the middle and then get down? Do they just get down here or do they take a shot at the end zone? No, Drake London just fell down. Drake London just fell. He had absolutely nothing to do there. Play clock's a little low for them to be getting out of the snap just then. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. They didn't get it off. Timeout Atlanta. All right, so the Falcons use their second timeout. Wow, what a time to use your second timeout, Morris. Come on. Questionable coaching from Raheem Morris in this one. I'm not a fan of his clock management so far. So the Falcons have 7 seconds, otherwise we're heading to overtime. Cliff Kingsbury looks on as the offensive coordinator of Washington. Dan Quinn getting his defense aligned. The Commanders attempt to stifle this final play for the Falcons. There has, dating back to Thanksgiving. Oh, offside. It's a free play. They didn't let it play? They didn't let it go. That was bad. They should have given him the free play. Neutral zone infraction on Obata. Obata there. So 7 seconds gives them an extra 5 yards to 50-yard line. Here we go. I was on Darren Payne. 3rd and 5. 7 seconds to go. Always giving the free play. Like they had to let that play out. Here we go. Final play of the Falcons offense. Michael Penix takes the snap. Under pressure. He'll throw it. He's got 3 seconds. He throws it away. Flags! Oh, no! That's pass interference. He interfered. This is a field goal. That's pass interference. No. On Davis. Ball will be placed as a spot on foul. First down. Oh, man. On AJ Terrell. He's had such a good game, too. Now, what are they doing? That's Davis. They're typing in the wrong 24 over there. Davis has not had a good game. Trying to confuse me. I'm like, wait a minute. Atlanta's not on defense. The game did just get very interesting. This is time for game-winning field goal here with an inconsistent kicker, Zane Gonzalez. 56-yard field goal. We're standing. 56-yard field goal for the win in Washington. Here we go. It all comes down to this. Ice the kicker. They do not. The kick is up, and it is good. No, he missed it. He was short. He didn't have the range. It's going to overtime. I thought he had it. It looked dead center, and he was 5 yards shy. It had a perfect accuracy and falls 5 yards short, and Washington erupts. That ball just dipped. It had oh my goodness, it's no good. We're heading to overtime, folks. Overtime in Washington, D.C. Stay where you are. Stay in your seats. Don't turn off the channel now. We have extra time in Washington on Sunday Night Football. This is the first overtime game I've commentated on so far. We are ready. Playoff implications. This is the NFL. We're going to turn on the coin toss here.
Touchdown or a safety score, that'll end the game. Each team's going to get 2 timeouts.
Those are the rules on your screen.
Timing rules apply. There's no coaches' challenges. All the replays come from upstairs. Atlanta, your visitor. What's your call? Heads.
Atlanta calls heads.
It's a tail.
It's tails. The Commanders are getting the ball first. The Washington Commanders are getting the ball.
If it ends in a tie, Washington clinches a playoff spot.
If it ends in a tie, Washington clinches the playoff spot. You just heard him say that. I didn't know that. I said that. Now I'm stealing his line. Bye. Okay, mute. We're going to overtime, boys. We got ourselves a good one here. My 2 rookie quarterbacks fighting for a playoff spot, Michael Penix Jr. and Jaden Daniels. It just got really fast. Oh, man. All right, here we go. Stay in your seats. We got overtime. This is while Commanders are getting the ball first. They clinch the playoff spot with a tie. They clinch with a win. It does Atlanta no good with a tie. If Atlanta ties this one, Atlanta loses control of their destiny. So if they do that, then if Tampa wins, it's over. Tampa wins this Sunday against New Orleans. That's it. Atlanta controls their own destiny fully with a win. As Tampa is watching eagerly to see if the Commanders can hold on. I cannot believe he missed that field goal. It was dead center. He just can't, that ball dipped like crazy. It just dropped. We have ourselves a thriller here in the nation's capital. The Jimmy Carter Bowl. That is what we're calling this from now on. And we got an instant classic in the Jimmy Carter Bowl. The governor of Georgia before he became the president and moved to Washington, D.C. Ain't that fun? That we figured that out somewhere along the way. We're like, wait a minute. Not too long ago, figured out that this is the Jimmy Carter Bowl on the day of his sad passing. But I mean, this game is honoring his memory right now. It is coming down to it. I gotta say, it's gonna be a great finish. All right, what do we think? What are we thinking? Who's gonna pull away here in overtime? I think the Commanders. I'm thinking the Commanders. I know it doesn't cause as much chaos, but Bijan Robinson, 20 touches, 98 yards, 2 touchdowns is one of the Sunday Night Football storylines. Other one, Jaden Daniels, 195 pass yards, 85 rush yards, 2 touchdowns, and an INT. And Michael Penix, 223 yards, game-time touchdown pass with 1:19 left. And Riley Patterson, a missed game-winning field goal. All right, here we go. It's out into the back of the end zone. Out comes Jaden Daniels in the Washington Commanders offense in overtime. Multiple doinks. Awful. Yeah. Commanders are going down and getting a touchdown, and 5 plays are left. Okay, right, and 5 plays are less. Here we go. Here comes the Commanders. Can they storm out and win at home and clinch the playoff spot? 1st and 10 from the 30-yard line. Jaden Daniels. It's blown dead early, looking like it's going to be a false start. And it will be. It's on Brandon Coleman. With a tie, the Commanders clinch a playoff berth and the Falcons lose control of the NFC South. Buccaneers would clinch with a win next weekend. With a tie, the Rams also clinch the NFC West. How does this affect them? Okay. 1st and 15, Jaden Daniels steps up. In the pocket, he'll slide down for a gain of about 7. 2nd down, 9:50 to go here in overtime. How does this affect the Rams clinch the NFC West with a tie? What? Okay, whatever. They're not. The Bucs ain't losing to the Saints. This, in my opinion, is it for Atlanta. If they lose this one, it's over. 2nd and 8. Jaden Daniels throws over the middle. It's caught by Zach Ertz. 1st down. 3 plays into the drive. 10 yards to Ertz. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Should they ever add another team to the playoffs? So recently I found an interesting concept of a 40-team NFL, and then they would add teams to the playoff. They would add a 20-team playoff format. Which is interesting because the teams that they add, the 8 teams that they add are international. And it's an interesting concept. They had like all the technicalities and stuff, and it was like clauses and stuff. Very cool. Maybe another day. Jaden Daniels on a design to run. So run option there. Gets about 7 yards. 2nd and 3 coming up for Washington. Yeah, it's interesting. He said that the division winners would get a 1st-round bye. So because it's 10-team, the 5 division winners would all get 1st-round byes or something like that. Something like 4 division winners, whatever. Something like that. It's fascinating. 2nd and 3. Miami got scammed from the college football playoff, okay? I mean, sure, they lost to Iowa State, but Cam Ward left at halftime. We'll just leave it at that. Cam Ward left at halftime. Some freshman that I don't know started the rest of the game. Cam Ward's a genius, by the way. Playing until he broke the record, and then he's like, okay, I'm in history now, and then just leaving. 3rd and 2 for Washington. This is the time for Daniels to take off here. This is the time. 3rd and 2. This is where Daniels uses his legs. Under pressure, there's a free rusher in Grady Jarrett, and he does use his legs. He makes Judon miss. He takes off for a big gain. I nailed it. 16 yards. That was a good prediction. College football would be great if it only had 18. The first round was so uncompetitive. Like, I was so disappointed. I'm like, that's it? Like, really? I kind of wanted those to be good games. But, yeah. I'm on fire. 115 rushing yards for Jaden Daniels in this one. He's having a Lamar Jackson-esque type game. And he'll flick one in tight to Zach Ertz, who's tackled by Caden Ellis. He'll get about 3 or 4. I'm going to give him 4 yards. Second down, 2nd and 6. This game is absolutely insane. I'm having a great time. He caught it in between his legs. And Zach Ertz, he can catch it any which way. Even if it means with his legs. That's why you work out your legs, just so you can make catches like that. 2nd and 6. Luke McCaffrey in motion. At the 30-yard line, Jaden Daniels drops to pass. He'll dump it off to Rodriguez, who hurdles a man. He hurdled him. Oh, you gotta love that. Oh, you just love seeing people fly. And he just jumps right over Mike Hughes, a clean hurdle out of bounds, just for the style points. Clean hurdle. Beautiful by Chris Rodriguez. He's having himself a nice day. First and 10. Robinson in motion out of the backfield. It's a screen to Brian Robinson. Screens don't work. 4 yards there. Tackle made by Jesse Bates. Second down. Commanders are deep into Falcons territory. They're at the Atlanta 14-yard line. 2nd and 6. Here we go. It's coming down to this. They're only 14 yards out. Can Washington close this game? Commanders can clinch a playoff berth with a win. Will Atlanta even get a shot on offense? Jaden Daniels slips through the hole. He'll get the first down. He'll get 6 yards and a first. It's 1st and goal to go for the Washington Commanders. The Falcons' playoff destiny on the line. The Commanders are storming this overtime period and are on their way. They're 8 yards away from clinching a playoff berth. Jaden Daniels is doing it himself right now. He's saying, I don't need any teammates. He is having himself a ball game on the ground and through the air. The true dual threat quarterback. He's alone. It's a design run. Daniels to the left side. He's wrapped up. Good tackle made by 20. Who's 20? Alford for Atlanta. 2nd and goal for the Commanders after that gain of nothing. 4 minutes in overtime. Even if Atlanta comes up with a stop, how much time do they have? Washington is knocking this clock off. They're saying, even if we settle for a field goal, we're not gonna give you any time. Atlanta does still have their 2 timeouts. This has been an incredible game. I have to travel tomorrow early too. Man, Jaden Daniels takes it himself. Daniels, he's got 2 men to beat. He gets absolutely hammered, saving the touchdown. Oh my goodness. Whoever that was just saved the Falcons season. Wow. 31. I think that's Simmons, the safety, just came in and saved the season because Jaden Daniels was about to roll through the bang. Woo. That was a huge hit there that Daniels took. I know. 3rd and goal. They have 1 play. Otherwise, they're settling for a field goal. Washington's just going to take a timeout to give themselves some more time. It's crazy. Yeah. Penn State has such an easy. I think Penn State can go pretty much all the way. I mean, they don't have a ton of competition down there. 3rd and goal for Washington. Penix looks on. Jaden Daniels, helmet off. Marcus Mariota, giving him a little pep talk. That's the veteran quarterback, Marcus Mariota. He's played for the Falcons. He's played for the Titans. He's played for the Raiders. He's been around. They got the best of the best. I mean, what a hit Daniels just took. He probably a little bit shaken up after that one as well. That might have been it. He was down for a bit. He took a shot from Justin Simmons. Commanders clinch a playoff berth with a win. 3rd and goal. For the ball game. Olamide Zacchaeus in motion. He throws up the middle. It's caught. Touchdown, Washington. Zach Ertz. The Commanders have done it. That's final overtime. Dan Quinn has not taken off his headset. They're reviewing this. That, my friend, is a touchdown catch. What concentration by Zach Ertz. That's a touchdown. That's a touchdown. They've clinched their first playoff berth since 2020. Their last playoff win was in 2005. Congratulations to the Washington Commanders. You are playoff bound. Washington is clinched. Atlanta no longer controls their own destiny here. They needed a win, and now it's all down to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They need the Bucs to lose to New Orleans next weekend, and personally, that's not happening. Zach Ertz, Jaden Daniels had himself a ball game, my friends. Absolutely incredible performance here in overtime. It's been a fantastic game. Commanders come up with a 6-point lead. Wow, they win this one in overtime. I mean, even if they had settled for a field goal, how much time would Penix really have had to drive down the field? Would have had no time at all. So the Falcons' playoff hopes have dimmed, and the Commanders are guaranteed a playoff spot. The playoffs are shaken down ahead of Week 18. Only so many races left to go. The Commanders steal their spot. The NFC wild card is officially locked. There's no teams coming from the outside in. Not in those final 3 spots, not the 5, 6, and 7. It's going to be one of the teams that are currently in the 7 seed picture that are going to be that 5, 6, and 7 seed. We'll find out exactly who it is after next week in Week 18. It's going to be a wild one. Thank you guys so much for watching this incredible game in overtime in DC. It's the Jimmy Carter Bowl. The Commanders come out on top. Thank you so much for watching. I'm RSquared, also known as Kyle. Next week, there may be a commentary, but most likely not. There definitely is going to be clips and reactions of all of Week 18's action. So do tune in to the channel. There'll be some stuff happening. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I'm RSquared. What a thrilling game. I'll see you guys in a couple of weeks for the playoffs. Great stream. See you guys. Bye-bye.